It is very warm day, a very good day for football. I think there'll be some tired boys out there tonight, Trev.
I would think so. It's like I said, this weather is certainly just jumped upon us, and yeah, it's very exciting. Reserves match has just concluded there. We're on the McLaren Vale Oval, and the McLaren Football Club was represented in their reserves, and they led all day until the third quarter when the Creeks made a comeback, got in front, and then they turned around and last quarter McLaren's got up and reversed it around and finished up winning by 4 points in the end. So McLaren's go forward into next Sunday at Langhorne Creek here, and to go on to it. And of course the losers now are out Langhorne Creek in the reserves. So.
Yeah, if the losers in every match today, that's good night.
Yep.
The winners go on and play next week over at Langhorne Creek on Sunday. So the teams that are playing on Sunday will continue to play on Sunday unless they get to the grand final. Then they'll be back to Saturday.
Yeah, then we'll just be back to the Saturday game, won't we? Which will be a good relief for us.
Good, won't it? We can have a sleep in. Instead of getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
I brought the van over here last night, and I thought it might have been better off to put the sleeping bag out and just stay here. So.
Would have been smarter, I think.
It certainly is. But
anyway, it's a magnificent day today for football, and the crowd that's here, I think, has grown a fair bit this afternoon as the time has gone on at the McLaren Oval. The McLaren Oval this time last week was almost a no-go place because it was that wet with the rain all the week, but this week not much rain on it, and I reckon the sun's dried it out pretty good.
Yeah. You can see a couple of patches have had sand thrown on them here, or dirt onto it, but it doesn't look boggy, and it looks to dried out all right. I was talking to a couple of the blokes here earlier, and they said they could get on it finally and give it a bit of a cut just to tidy it up, so that was a good show for it. Sides here in Counter Bay have been hit with a few injuries and a few things going on that they're sort of undermanned to what their normal team is, so it'll be interesting to see how they go. So I would think Langhorne Creek would be odds-on favourites here today. They've come home with a real wet sail and have picked themselves up into an elimination final today. So, and there'll be quite a few teams above now, Kevy, that would be a little bit concerned. And
we've been saying that for the last 3 weeks, Trev. Everyone wanted to know how Langhorne Creek was going, and throughout the day, and they came from a 6th, 7th position, 6th, I suppose.
Well down, like you said. That's it was probably, well, you can say it's the luck of the draw that goes, but Victor Harbour and Encounter Bay was sitting there, but Encounter Bay had a slightly better run home in the last 4 games, and Victor Harbour, unfortunately, he had to strike the top 4 sides, and that was going to be a real tough going for them. They really had to beat one of them, and which didn't eventuate, and unfortunately their 5th, the last one, they played Mount Compass, who were travelling well, and they got beaten there, so that put them under toast. And of course Langhorne Creek was riding home against Goolwa, Port Elliot and Yankalilla, which was good percentages, and that got them up in the end.
It did, didn't it? Yeah.
And it shows how much it happens, and it can turn around. As Encounter Bay played the top side and got beaten by 20-something odd goals, and their percentage tumbled right out of it. They were something like 15-19% clear in 4th spot, and it tumbled that far that they finished up in 5th spot with a lower percentage. So, but it was also half a game clear. So so that helped.
Well, the draw actually helped.
But they were always going to sort of probably have to hang on to there. But yeah, so it just shows that it can reverse around when you don't get big. You get a big score against you, and you score virtually 0. So. The players here are starting to set up. We've been told 2:30 starts here, which we'll be expecting throughout the rest of this season. For the finals here, that will be at 2:30, the A grades playing. The players have got their positions. I didn't see the toss. That's 18, 12. I reckon we're Encounter Bay kicking to your end, Kevy, which is the town end, I'd say, isn't it?
Yep, I would think so, yep.
And Tyson New is probably in the centre. So the siren sounds here as we are underway just on 2:28. So up she goes in the air, comes back down, Creeks get it, comes out over the top, comes around, goes into it, Counter Bay with the movement on. Two of them mess each other up there. Turns around, comes up, picked up beautifully there by Lippert. Lippert comes out from Counter Bay. Allen can't get down to it. Crispin comes in, picks the ball up. Oh, umpire took his eye off of that one and he missed a real late head-eye one. Goes out of bounds there. We've got, we got three. There's only two umpires now.
Two now, I think.
Two into this game, yep. And the umpire got caught out, followed the play and missed that late tackle on Crispin.
Didn't see the late one, yeah.
So anyway, comes back in here. Boundary umpire on the clubroom side and Counter Bay's forward line. Up they go. Tonkin gets it. He gets held onto and we'll get the one in there. That's Callum Tonkin, the ruckman for Encounter Bay. Tyson Neal goes round back. Callum Tonkin goes out, up high, and that's a good one there. Is that yours, Nick Marshall?
It is. It's Nicholas Marshall.
You
taught him how to mark as well.
After last game, you've had a shake-up with him, have you?
Yeah, had a word with him, but grab him. Yeah. Don't mess around.
Yeah, no, that was a good lead. It was a good kick too by Callum Tonkin on the ruckman, coming up there right in front of him. In they come, Encounter Bay for this first one. Lines up, drives out. Umpire moves, he moves back, wait for the signal, gets the all clear and goal.
FP Ag, the name you can trust for all your farm needs. FP Ag Rural Supplies has the knowledge and know-how to help you improve your production with expert agronomy advice for your pastures, hay production and broadacre cropping, fertiliser advice and spreading, animal health strategies, fencing needs, expert viticultural advice, livestock sales options, and we also offer an on-farm delivery service. FP Ag, with 5 fully stocked branches across the Fleurieu, we're in your field.
The Adelaide end or the southern end or the left-hand side of your screen or whatever you want to call it, and the ball's in the centre, and Lippert, as usual, has got the ball, he's got on the ground, gives it back to the umpire. The umpire will throw it up once more, tosses it up again. Out it goes there, and Langhorne Creek grabbed the thing, and that was... number 9, was it? Or 8?
Oh, it must have been, because I thought it was an 8, but it
I
must have
just
been
thought
9.
it was 8 too, but anyway. Ball comes out of the centre. Chance now for Langhorne Creek to get rid of it. They couldn't.
Fraser Tonkin wraps him up.
Definitely looked like an 8, didn't it? Anyway.
Certainly did.
Yeah. Anyway,
could have been 28.
Umpire throws it. Didn't have a 2 in front of it. Anyway, true. Anyway, it's picked up down there by Encounter Bay. The player there, Corey Gamble, tried to run through the back. Couldn't do it. And the umpire will throw it up again, not far from the sandpit there. Up it goes, down on the ground it goes, out of the... there goes the big fella there and Jack Caines, and holding the ball goes against him, and Encounter Bay now has got a chance to pick the ball up in the centre, or the player there with the ball could have gone for holding it. Ball's on the ground now, and Langhorne Creek go through here, push the ball forward, down to the full forward area it goes at the back of the pack. Langhorne Creek tried to grab hold of it. They can't though. They've got hold of it now, and the player down there has got a vice-like grip on him from Langhorne Creek, and the umpire runs in quickly, throws the ball up before anyone was ready for it. And here's a chance now. The Bays get a hand pass away, and there will be a free kick paid here. Is it to Langhorne Creek or Encounter Bay?
Looks like Langhorne Creek.
It does.
And there is the 3 umpires out there, Kevy, so I was looking
one
for the
hiding
third
somewhere.
one. Yeah, he must have been right deep in the pocket here.
Perhaps he's doing the scoreboard as well.
That's our mate Nick.
Anyway, here's a chance for the Creeks to tie the score up with number...
Brodie O'Day.
Brodie O'Day with it, and I reckon he has done that, or has he just missed?
No,
he's got that one.
It's the same location with Mary and her Victor Harbour team, but the name has changed. Beachside Bedding, next to Hebra Pharmacy, is your local sleep specialist, featuring SA-made bedding from Sealy, Sleep Haven and Adriatic Slumber. Beachside Bedding also features a beautiful range of locally made Fleurieu furniture. Same location, new name, now even more competitive than ever on price. Beachside Bedding with free delivery and old mattress removal. Open Monday to Saturday at 295 Port Elliot Road, Hebra.
The ball up in the centre bounce. Up she goes up. Up they go up there, up and down. Gets it out in there. Tonkin gets it all down for Encounter Bay. Stacks on the mills. Tyson Neal can't get in onto it. And it comes up there also with Caleb Howell and for the Creeks, and that's a repeat of the ball up. Up she goes. Callum Tonkin gets it out, comes back, turns around, picks himself out there in Pettit. and Pettit can't get out for the bays, and it'll be go up. And I reckon that was number 6 before, David Warren for the Creeks. Up they go. Tonkin gets it out again, comes out, quickly picked up there by Alexander Cleggett for the Creeks, goes forward. Creeks trying to control it, goes off, and he goes off his hands, off the hands there of Mitchell Cleggett, and it goes over for a boundary throw in on the far side, virtually on the forward flank for Langhorne's Creek. Up she goes, up big one goes. Tonkin gets it down, straight into Tyson Neals, comes around to Pettit. Pettit drives this ball up for the bays, over the top it goes, turns around, picked out Nick Marshall, goes back to Allen. Allen the ruckman, he handballs off, gets it over, picks up there to Nick Marshall. He was bumped as he went to have a kick, and she goes over the boundary line for a throw in. Forward pocket for Encounter Bay though, in their forward line, and they are kicking to the left of screen for our YouTube viewers. Goes up, comes back down, turns around, gets over there. The Creeks are over it, making no attempt on it, which a lot of the umpires don't pass. That was it was Cohen Pettit on top of the Creek player, and the umpire comes in for a ball up. Up she goes, comes back down. Tyson Neals lays a tackle, goes off onto it. Lippert gets in underneath, can't get it out, gets the handball, gets taken away from him there by there. Up they go, the Creeks jungle it, up and down, goes off with it, gets around, turns around, beautiful tackle there by Davis for Encounter Bay, comes up again, Callum Tonkin gets it, drives it forward, goes up there, Creeks can't control it, goes over to Allen the ruckman, Allen goes over to Marshall once again, and he turns around and finishes.
I thought you said never hand pass to a ruckman.
Well, that's what I mean, look what he did, he missed the target and it's out of bounds. Like I said, it's just a standard rule of football, isn't it? Take it from them, but don't give it to them.
Yeah, that's right.
So anyway, boundary umpire with it. It's back in the forward pocket for the Bays now. Up they go. Allen thumps it up and down, comes out. Creek player gets tackled, comes out. Lippett's in under there. Pettit tries. Sorry, no, it wasn't. That was Aaron Gould. He tries to get it for the Bays, and it goes up. So umpire Nick raises it up once again on the forward flank this time. Tyson Neal smashes it forward, goes out wide, turns around, breaks out through Blackwell. Blackwell goes out quickly here for Langhorne's Creek and goes off over the boundary line, touched. And it'll be a throw in there right on the forward flank this time for Langhorne's Creek. Langhorne's Creek kicking to the right end, which we call down here is towards Victor Harbour. Of course, Encounter Bay going towards what we call Adelaide Township ends. So up they go. Tonkin goes up, flicks it over the back, comes over there, goes out there for the Bays trying to get it in. Wade Sweetman goes out wide to Tonkin. Tonkin goes back. There's those ruckmans again. Comes out there, comes over to Pettit. Pettit drives the Bays back into attack. Over they go. Turn around, body by Tark. He's being held onto. Steps out beautifully. Then he gets tackled. Then he gets thrown around. The umpire's gone, holding the ball. He turns around. 3 umpires and they couldn't pick the tagging up going out when he went to the ball. So.
They were all on the other side of him, though.
No, the other one's there, but the first one when he went to get the ball. Now the umpire calls play on. Tarka goes off into the centre, unchecked player there to the Langhorne's Creek and Nick Thunig. Thunig goes back, puts the ball up, and she goes off over the boundary line. Looks like it was untouched, so Encounter Bay will get it in Callum Tonkin. Looks inside, drives off, goes off. Pressure out here. Tarka goes over the back, picked up quickly there by Encounter Bay in Ben Davis. He goes off, finds his target
I reckon.
In Brown there.
Yeah.
Brown goes off. He centres it, comes up. Tyson Neal can't get to it. Oh, he used his body. I don't believe that. He put his body on the player next to him. The Creek player came on the outside of that, completely missed it, and Tyson Neal took it on his chest.
I don't know how he did that, because he was never going to mark that.
No, well, he stepped in on the Creek player and blocked him, and I thought, oh, well, the other Creek player's got this covered, but he jumped underneath it, and next minute lambed to him. Tyson Neal now, 40 metres out. He'll only kick from the 40. In he comes, drives around, sits this ball up. He's hung that one badly to the narrow side of him.
Get a point.
Yeah, that's not like him. It's not good to see him kicking like that. FPA scoreboard, Encounter Bay 1-1, Langhorne's Creek 1 goal.
And their FPA scoreboard. And
10 minutes gone.
The Creeks will bring the ball back in. And we're going straight down the middle, or the player on the...
He's not supposed to be
on
there.
the mark. Then wasn't supposed to be that close, I didn't think. But
got to
anyway,
be outside that circle.
Play's allowed to go on, and down the ground it goes. There was a kick down there by number 18 in Caleb Howe, and It's down on the half-forward line down there for the Creeks at the moment, and they're holding the ball, says the umpire. He lets them play on down there for that, and that will probably tie the score up, I think, with 1 goal, 1 apiece on the FPA scoreboard, Trev.
Certainly is. Encounter Bay with the ball to bring it back in. I reckon that's Williams. Drives this ball right up. Goes out. Creeks go up. Over the back. They get the ball up. Kicks it inside. Goes out there. Overruns it and Encounter Bay. Handball goes up. He gets slammed to the ground onto it. Umpire's gone holding the ball. So Langhorne's Creek are the recipients of here. And comes back to Caleb Howell. So
The vice captain.
Yep, Caleb Howell. I bet you he doesn't kick like Tyson Neal did on this end.
No, I reckon you probably put it right through the middle.
Yep. He's been around for a long time now, hasn't he, at the Creeks? And here comes. Can put the Creeks in front. Drives up. Hangs over. Umpire doesn't move very much. Comes back to the centre, looks at it and goes, goal.
The Royal Family Hotel in the main street of Port Elliot prides itself on having a family atmosphere. The dining room is open for lunch and dinner 7 days a week, offering great food specials and friendly service.
Enjoy.
Why not wind down with friends and enjoy a drink in our superb beer garden, one of the best beer gardens on the south coast. There's traditional pub-style accommodation available and a drive-through sip and save outlet. The Royal Family Hotel, 32 North Terrace, Port Elliot.
12 goals, them were 12 goals. Anyway, the umpire's got the ball now in the centre of the ground, throws it up. In goes the ruckman down there. I don't think any ruckman got hold of that one, but the ball's on the ground now. A hand pass goes out, and here's a chance now for Encounter Bay out there through Jaden Christophers. But he misses the ball, and it's taken down there by Cody Hellier. And the ball now is right down in the forward line for... But Pearson's got hold of it,
yeah, but it comes round now. Oh,
and
Gould has got it.
And Gould's got it, and he can kick it further down the ground, over the head of the player as it goes, and coming out there. I think that was Nick Marshall was more worried about
Scotty
the player
was the one
coming forward to him. But anyway, the ball now is right at centre half forward.
The ball.
Yeah. Well, it was paid holding the ball a while ago.
Yeah,
but,
anyway, he had a chance.
Yep.
Didn't take it on.
Didn't take the chance and was lucky to get away with it. Anyway, the umpire throws the ball up again. Here's a chance now down there for Encounter Bay from Lippert again. And going through down there, he tried to go through the whole lot, was Pettit, but he couldn't. He got away with it in the end. And the umpire will come in here and throw it up centre wing on the clubroom side. Umpire tosses it up now. Up it goes. The ruckman for the Creek get in there, and Lippett's got hold of it with that trusty left foot. Down the ground it goes, and the player there might have been in his back, but the umpire didn't see it that way. That was the Langhorne Creek's back. Umpire comes in, gets the ball back from Andrew Fife, and will throw it up. Up it goes. Pushed down to no one here, and the ball comes out and will picked up down by the Langhorne Creek down there through Hellier, and the ball now is right along the wing. It's just inside, and it's not now pushed across the line, and the boundary umpire will toss that one up. Well, not much scoring here, Trev, but it's a tight game, and what you'd expect in a knockout final.
Yeah, you'd expect that. Boundary umpire right in front of the club rooms here. On the forward flank for the Creeks, puts the ball up, goes up, comes it back down. Lippert gets it, puts it all out, can't get it out quickly. Goes out, underhand runs, goes on, gets on it. The umpire didn't blow his whistle. He had an attempted kick. It was an airy, normally held in the ball, but doesn't get it. Lippert gets back in, and there, turned around on top of that one is David Warren, and he holds it up there on their forward flank once again. Umpire calls time off as they wouldn't let Lippert up. So up she goes there now. Turns around, Tonkin goes up. The Creeks are going two against them. Comes out quickly, picked up by Williams for the Bays. Socket off the ground by the Creeks, goes back, picks up there. Lippert gets out to Crispin, who's just come on. Encounter Bay goes forward. Up they go. Too far high up there for Williams. Goes out onto it, puts it all over. Lippert picks it all up, slips in the mud. Turns around, comes over. Now he's got it. Tarka lines up, drives this ball up. Out it comes. Tyson Neal can't get to it. Turns around. Get taken high on it. Blackwell gets up onto it, Counter Bay come back again. Once it goes down, Blackwell gets it again for the Creeks, and out they go. Wide out there. Pettit gets it. Bang! He gets caught, but he breaks it. Turns around, steps inside. Beautiful foot play. Turns around, goes out wide, and bang, up he goes, and he finds his player out there in Ben Davis. So Ben Davis now will line up for Encounter Bay.
Well, he's certainly got a chance here.
Yeah,
The Creeks made the most of their couple of
Cricken from
chances
35. You know, Kevin, I have never checked here, but looking at that there where they don't have that there, you look at the centre square, you'd look here to say that's definitely not a 50-metre arc.
Well,
Because there's supposed to be one out at, 23 metres that's a no-go zone. Well, the Encounter Bay player was right in there, but, I don't think they could have it because they had two lines together.
Yeah, they would.
Anyway, Davis comes in. He goes. The umpire's standing pretty sturdy. When it goes out, looks up and says, bingo.
Victor Tyre Power are your local one-stop shop for all tyres, wheels and batteries. Tyre Power are Australia's biggest independent tyre retailer, which means you get the power of a big range of the big brands, expert advice and lower prices.
Get the power of a local owner and operator.
Get the power of great service that keeps you coming back.
Get the power. Victor Tyre Power, 170A Hindmarsh Road, Victor Harbour.
A lot of people were jumping under the shelters, I can tell you, because of the sun on it.
Anyway,
even your son.
umpire tosses the ball up out there, picked up now by player there for Langhorne Creek, and that was Callum Howell again. He gets it down to half forward line, and coming out down there was a good strong mark taken by the Creeks. And the forward player there will definitely have a shot from there.
Joshua Toik.
So we'll see what he can do. A little bit of wind in the trees out there now, Trev. They're bending the branches over a little bit.
It's supposed to pick up. Yeah, you can see it right at the back now, aren't you?
Yeah. So in comes the Creeks to have a shot for goal. This is for their third goal of the game. In he comes, and I don't think that one's going to be lucky to get a point, I reckon. That's all it gets, and there's a behind there to Langhorne Creek, and they go to
2 goals,
2 on our FP Ag scoreboard.
Certainly is. Counter Bay with the ball, brings this ball back in, goes out, over the head of his player, just happened to get to it, and the Creek player tried to get it, but he lost his footing and she gone out of bounds. Lucky they got a hand to it.
A lot of people losing their footing out there now.
Yeah, it'll be soft, but it shouldn't be that bad.
Shouldn't be that slippery. Wasn't that slippery earlier this morning.
Up it goes. In the back, Tonkin gets up onto it, comes back down, goes over there, picked up quickly by the Bays there, Mitchell Davis. He turns around, kicks it all up, comes off the fist there, off the body there of Troy Blackwell, and it turns around and goes out to there for another throw-in on the forward flank for the Langhorne Creek. Up they go. Tonkin gets it, comes out. Tyson Neal gets onto it, can't get around. Going over the top there. Langhorne's Creek tried to pick it. He lifted that up and got away with that one-handed. Comes out. There's an overhead throw. Russell Ebert would have been pleased with that one. Turns around. The Creeks get it. They turn around, go forward. Right in the goal square here. Gets pushed out there. Turns around. Toit gets it out this time again. Spins around. Umpire comes back. There it is. There's the...
Mount Compass Quarry and Landscape Supplies have over 40 years experience in mining and blending soils and organics. We're specialists in turf soils, landscaping and organic blends. Customised washed sands for horse arenas, sports grounds and building sands. We also have a large range of decorative stones, gravels, mulches and pine barks. From car trailers to all truckloads. Wholesale Quarry Direct. Mount Compass Quarry and Landscape Supplies, 86 Sandmine Road, Mount Compass. Open Monday to Friday, 7am to 4pm and Saturday 7am to 11am. Phone 8556 8421.
So going out, so yeah.
A bit warmer today.
Yeah, and of course half time, Kevy, you've got Stalwart from down at Wollonga.
Yeah, Jerry Lewis, eh?
Lewis,
Jerry,
not Lewis. He'll love that. I'm going to put that one out. Jerry Lewis at half time.
Jerry Lewis.
Over to you, mate.
Ball thrown up in the centre again. Coming through down there. Ball's on the ground now. Picked up down there by the Encounter Bay player in Lippert again. One thing about it
wasn't letting in go.
One thing about it, he's in on the bottom of the pack, and the umpire tosses the ball up once again. Coming out now, the ball I was on that far side of the ground, and there's two players there from Encounter Bay, and one's Pettit. And he's having a good first quarter today, and Crispin's got hold of it now, and he's managed to find another player, and Lippett's got hold of it now. Over the 50 it'll go, and Tonkin out there's going for it, can't do anything with it though, and the ball will come loose. And there's plenty of Langhorne Creek players out here, but the ball's bouncing nicely there for the Bays. Fraser Tonkin's got hold of it, and Fraser Tonkin kick it into the middle, and Pettit's got another kick.
He's on a burner,
He is. He's having a brilliant day so far. And Pettit's got it almost right in the centre of the ground. Pettit now, his kicks across the ground, and he's kicking it over there to Crispin. Crispin marks it. Didn't get any closer to goal with that kick though. And there's another little kick in, and luckily for the player that kicked it then, it's been marked by Aaron Gould for Encounter Bay. So Gould now kicks it over there, and is that the foot right in the middle?
It says on the full. No, it's over the full.
And anyway, it's gone out of bounds on the full, and the free kick will go to the Creeks. Now, the two players fight for it there, went over both their heads by about a metre, and the ball's kicked down again, and Encounter Bay out there trying to get out of it.
That was one of the quickest off the ground scoops I've seen.
Yeah, it looks like some things you can do and some things you can't. Anyway, the ball comes in now to Dominish, and it bounces right back, and gee, did that give him a set shot there for goal. If they can push it down, put it through for a point, and that is another minor score to Langhorne Creek. So Langhorne Creek now will go to 3 goals 3. Is it 3 goals 3?
Yep, 3-3. So Bays have quickly brought it back in and gone out there, and there it goes. Straight kick goes straight the opposition, and that's upset that one. But it gets away onto you. Bays come out again. Oh, high onto there. Umpire's seen that one. The free kick will come to Jaden Christophers for Encounter Bay in the back flank. Turns around. He's looking around. Nobody's really moving for him. He goes out. He's going to go wider. Goes out wider, goes over there, he finds his player there in Williams, is it? Yeah,
Could be Williams,
13, goes over, he goes up the wing. Up goes Davis, can't get to it. Crispin comes in, Crispin gets tackled, can't get away with it, turns around, get held onto, looks up a bit dejected and turns around, it's over the boundary line for a throw in. Up on the wing position here, opposite the club rooms. As it turns around, goes in, umpire sets himself, up it goes, ruckman goes up, comes all out. Langhorne's Creek gets the hands of balls it over, quickly goes up to Matt Dominish. Dominish goes forward and Williams gets the ball for Encounter Bay. Drives off and he finds Tyson Neal in the half-back flank. Turns around, looks inside, not much movement going, so he goes out again. He finds himself out there in Lippett. Lippett turns around, goes out wider to Crispin. Crispin will run on, turns around, brings it back inside. There's that kick that falls down, goes over to Davis. Davis goes back to Crispin. Crispin goes into there. Head clashed, go together on there, and the umpire comes in on the wing position for a ball up.
Yeah, these little short passes have got to be good.
They've got to get there fast and hard, don't they?
Yeah.
Not lollilops. Anyway, goes up, goes out, the ball comes out, comes back around to Gould. Gould for the Bays, puts it all back out, goes around to Creeks. They return up and under, goes over, and that's a mark to Langhorne's Creek there, and Kobe Hellier.
Yeah.
He goes off, finds his player inside, would it be Dominish, goes off, turns around and goes out here to Encounter Bay, marks on his chest. He plays on quickly, comes out once again, finds his player out here, and this would be Gamble. So Corey Gamble with the ball, gets told to play on, smothered kick, goes off, comes inside, turns around, gets cut up, out it comes, the Bays picked all up, off they come,
around the neck.
Turns around, goes out, over they come, Creeks get away with it there, quickly there in Darcy Clifford, goes over, and and Fraser Tonkin gets the ball, he goes out and he finds Crispin. Crispin's waiting for someone to run for him. Now he goes out again. It's another kick of his that misses the target. Davis can't get to that, goes over, quickly comes over the crease, it gets in Mitchell Cleggett. He goes out and he finds his target up in the forward lines in Malachi Cartanieri.
Yeah.
He goes off, goes over the back, Langhorne's Creek going over there, turns around, gets off, and there is Jake Dominish. Umpire signals, and there's another one to...
there at the moment.
Yeah, so what have we got? We've got, what, 24,
24,
25?
25 minutes now gone in this first quarter. And there's a couple of points of difference out there, isn't there, at the moment? Anyway, the ball goes up. Oh, that used to be a report once, a deliberate trip, but anyway, it's not anymore.
Shit deserves a 25 though, doesn't it?
Yeah, Pettit then gets the kick in.
Oh, Targa manhandled. Oh no, it was Davis. He's taken it out.
Anyway, there's a hand pass that's gone out, so Counterbow should be able to get this one. And through it comes, and there's only a heap of players out there that will come to the back of the pack. Was in Counterbow.
Yep.
And that was
Patrick McInerney.
11, Patrick McInerney.
It's the same location with Mary and her Victor Harbour team, but the name has changed. Beachside Bedding, next to Hebra Pharmacy, is your local sleep specialist, featuring SA-made bedding from Sealy, Sleep Haven and Adriatic Slumber. Beachside Bedding also features a beautiful range of locally made Florio furniture. Same location, new name, now even more competitive than ever on price. Beachside Bedding with free delivery and old mattress removal. Open Monday to Saturday at 295 Port Elliot Road, Hebra.
Sort of gobbled that one up and slammed it out. So that was a quick reply, and that's one that they needed. It's back in the centre once again. Up she goes. Tonkin goes up, puts it over the back, turns around, goes the man of the moment, Pettit. Is he getting some kicks? He's by far
He
best
didn't
player.
get a great deal of votes the other night, but
No,
the male
up-
medal night.
yeah, up they
Tell you
go.
what, he got a heap today.
Goes back out. The Creeks get it. They come forward now. Up on the back flank it goes. Comes out onto it. Handball comes out. Comes over to Dominish. He goes off for the Creeks. Up in the pocket. Spoil comes and she goes over the boundary line.
On the full.
Everybody's indicating it, and the Creek probably give him the dues. The Creek player could have come off of it, but he stood up and realising that, so helped the boundary umpires indicate it. So kick comes back in towards the clubroom side. Up they go. Tonkin can't get it. Comes over the back on the ground. Creek player gets it. He gets wrapped up. And the umpire now will come in for a centre ball up. There goes the siren.
There goes the siren
So
now.
that one goes around. So at quarter time here at the McLaren Oval in the elimination, we have the Langhorne Creek side sitting on 4 goals 3 to Encounter Bay 3 goals 1. So we will turn around the goals kickers quickly. All singles to Jake Dominish, Joshua Torque, Caleb Howe and Brodie O'Day for Langhorne Creek. For Encounter Bay, same way. Nicholas Marshall, Patrick McInerney and Ben Davis. This is 90.1 Happy FM. Is Great Southern Footy on air and YouTube.
Victor Tyre Power are your local one-stop shop for all tyres, wheels and batteries. Tyre Power are Australia's biggest independent tyre retailer, which means you get the power of a big range of the big brands, expert advice and lower prices.
Get the power of a local owner and operator.
Get the power of great service that keeps you coming back.
Get the power. Victor Tyre Power, 170A Hindmarsh Road, Victor Harbour. The Royal Family Hotel in the main street of Port Elliot prides itself on having a family atmosphere. The dining room is open for lunch and dinner 7 days a week, offering great food specials and friendly service.
Enjoy.
Why not wind down with friends and enjoy a drink in our superb beer garden, one of the best beer gardens on the south coast. There's traditional pub-style accommodation available and a drive-through sip and save outlet. The Royal Family Hotel, 32 North Terrace, Port Elliot.
I think this will be who's fitter at the moment of the two of the sides. It's if they can keep running at the end of the day.
Yeah, you saw
But
it.
Langhorne Creek are the ones that are at the moment are the form team, aren't they?
Yep.
The Royal Family Hotel in the main street of Port Elliot prides itself on having a... The Royal Family Hotel in the main street of Port Elliot prides itself on having a family atmosphere. The dining room is open for lunch and dinner 7 days a week, offering great food specials and friendly service.
Enjoy.
Why not wind down with friends and enjoy a drink in our superb beer garden, one of the best beer gardens on the south coast. There's traditional pub-style accommodation available and a drive-through sip and save outlet. The Royal Family Hotel, 32 North Terrace, Port Elliot. FP Ag, the name you can trust for all your farm needs. FP Ag Rural Supplies has the knowledge and know-how to help you improve your production with expert agronomy advice for your pastures, hay production and broadacre cropping, fertiliser advice and spreading, animal health strategies, fencing needs, expert viticultural advice, livestock sales options, and we also offer an on-farm delivery service. FP Ag, with 5 fully stocked branches across the Fleurieu, we're in your field.
We're going here that the sun's out, the breeze is up, but the players that have come off have certainly getting the water into them, so it's warm for them because the conditions they're not used to. So, but
Haven't had a day this warm for a long time.
No, it's been quite some time, hasn't it? So you can make sure that they feel it. But the teams are breaking now. They're just about getting their positions. So Langhorne's Creek now reverse around. The brown and gold goes to the left of screen. Counter Bay blue and gold go to the right. So for the radio listeners, that means Encounter Bay is now kicking towards the Victor Harbour end here at McLaren Oval. And of course Langhorne's Creek will go up towards the hills or towards Adelaide. Umpire Nick sets himself, goes around, comes
Nick
back
Price,
into the
eh?
centre. Yep. Yeah, we had his mummy in here earlier.
Yeah.
Lovely lady, going to look after us with a bit of supper at half time, which
Well,
is
she
good,
said she would.
good. Yeah, well, she'll never get on the radio again if she doesn't.
No.
Anyway, here goes. The siren goes up as we are getting underway here for the second quarter in the elimination. Up they go. Tonkin gets it out. Comes back down there. Trying to break through there was Davis, I reckon. No, it was, it was Davis. Yep. So turns around, back in the centre, it goes up again. Tonkin can't get it out to it. The Creeks get it. Handball goes over. Caleb Howell gets it, goes forward. Up over the back now. Williams makes a back out onto it. Goes back through. Goes around. Flicked out there by Torque. He turned around just about throw, but there was touched out. Goes over the boundary line for a throw in on the forward flank for Langhorne's Creek. Umpire sets himself, taking his time. Up she goes, up high. Tonkin goes up, pushes it straight down. Creeks are reading it a bit better. Turns around, gets wrapped up over there. Can't get away with it. There is Callum Tonkin off his own ruck duel and throws it back to the central umpire, Nick. Nick goes up with the ball again. Over they go. Tonkin pushes it out over the back. Creeks are reading it better, which has been happening all day. And there's one up there to Langhorne's Creek for too high. And I reckon that would be number 6 in there in David Warren. Up it goes, over the back, picked up there quickly by the Creeks, the handball out through Mitchell Cleggett. Goes out, the Bays get it. They turn around, comes out with a handball. Lippert tries to get it. He can't, he gets up there on his feet. Handball's out quick, goes out too far for the Bays. Turns around, now the handball comes over. Fraser Tonkin gets it. And he gets wrapped up on the back, in the forward pocket here for Langhorne's Creek. Repeat by the umpire, up it goes again. Torque can't get it out there. Goes over there to Davis. Davis gets the kick forward. Over the back, comes out there. Turns around. Hanging onto there without the ball. Turns around, goes off. Missed that one. Umpires go out. The Bays go forward. Out they come. Turns around, tackled there by the big lumbering ruckman out there.
He just barged his way through.
Oh, Ben Arbin back again. He goes over. Lippert gets caught high. Then he gets slammed into the ground. And they turn around, and that's a free kick to him, and 25 metres, which is just. So yeah, that was a bad blue then there by David Warren, high, and then really just drove him into the ground after that. So Lippert goes forward for the Bays, up there, goes over, well read by Arbin and the back lines there for Langhorne's Creek.
Now they got
Arvin puts the ball over, comes out here to Troy Blackwell. Blackwell doesn't get a kick away, but it goes to advantage quickly over there to Nick Thunig. He goes over, he goes back, finds his player there, and Caleb Howe. Howe goes short and finds his player out there, and Keynes. Keynes goes out, and he finds the player out running wide again is Brody O'Day. So Creek controlling this ball now. He turns around, now he gets told to play on, drives off, wasn't a good kick, goes over the back though, comes out, Creek's got the run of it, handball's out long, comes out to Caleb Howell, he goes off, goes up the forward lines, and that's a mark there to Langhorne's Creek. Comes around there, and that one there is Hellier. Hellier goes off into it, and that one misses for a minor score only to Langhorne's Creek. They now go to 4 goals for Counter Bay, 3-1 on the FPA scoreboard.
Hellier's Ken Follett's grandson.
Grandson, yep.
Anyway, they kick the ball back in. Counter Bay got it through Davis. Kicks it down the ground. That's a good kick down there, almost like he's kicking with a gale out there. Gets it over the top there to his teammate. Oh, wonder who did that. Just you see who actually got hold of the ball and punched it across the line?
It's the Bay. The Bay's free according to this. So
yeah,
the Creeks have done it.
Gone to Sweetman. So Sweetman's got hold of it. Goes to run in and have a shot, but kicks it to the tallest player out there, or one of the tallest player out there, and it's gone out there to Caleb Howe. So Caleb Howe's marked it right in the back line, and his kick goes down there to Darcy Clifford. And Clifford can turn around and just boot it over the other side. Can they keep it in? I reckon they can't. The ball gone across the line. They didn't gain much out of that one, Trev.
Nah.
And the ball now will be thrown in on the other side of the ground, on the half-forward line out there for Encounter Bay. So it's under the big tree. And in goes the throw-in. A little bit of a breeze. I reckon Encounter Bay might be kicking with out there at the moment. There it goes down, and the big fella now has just barged his way down the ground, and the umpire's caught up with him this time and said that's holding the ball. And I think he made him earn that one, and that was Fraser Tonkin that says, well, you're going to do things like that, take this.
Turns around, off he goes now. The Bays drives this one right up to full forward. Oh, too early. Tarka should have given away a free. Goes off. Now it comes in a scrum. That's thrown up in the air. Out comes Crispin. Can't get it. Turns around, goes into there. Andrew Fife. He can't get out of it. Big pack, and she's a ball up there in the centre half forward for Encounter Bay. Up she goes there now. Goes up there. Tonkin gets it. Smashes it out. Smashed out by the Creeks. They flick it out up here under the airs. Goes up and down. Picked up here by Continuary. Continuary kicks it up and under. Not a real good kick. Goes off in there. In the middle. Turns around. Fraser Tonkin gets it. Handballs back. Picks herself out in... Pearson's out there. Goes over the back. Pettit. Overran it. Turns around. The two Creek players clash with each other.
Yeah.
Head clash to each other. And they turn around. It's not what they want.
They knock each other out. Well, they both got to go off.
That was Nick Thunig, and I think he's a little bit weary. He's got an earring in there. Ball goes up. Tonkin gets it, pushes it back down, comes out through there. Davis tries to come around to it, can't get over with it, and he turns around. It'll be a ball up. Still on that centre, on the forward position there, Encounter Bay. Up he goes. Tonkin gets it, goes up. The Creeks are going up 2 against him. Goes on to Lippert. Lippert, he likes just to stab kick it out. Up they go, up and down. Tyson Neal couldn't get it. Handball goes up. Then it goes back by the Creeks. Comes over. Soccers off the ground. Goes forward. Out there goes Marshall. Try to get in. Handball comes inside. Creeks get the kick just as they go away. Finds the player. Dominish. Front on contact. And goes over there to a free kick to Dominish for Langhorne's Creek. It's just on the back flank. Turns around, far side of the ground. The umpire calls him play on. It goes up. Now he drives it up to the wing. Up they go. Turns around, fisted from behind. Counter Bay can't get to it, and she goes over the boundary line, true wing position, far side of the oval. So they turn around and need to get onto this. We've got ourselves only 7 minutes gone too, so she's been going around as we pick up. Boundary umpire throws it in. Tonkin goes up, grabs it out of the air. Then he spins around, kicks it up, right up in the air, goes over there, out the front, can't get it to the base. Crispin goes for it, taps it over. Good going, turns around, can't get to it properly. Tarka gets it, spins around, drives it out wide. He's gone too far though, turns around, goes up there, and there's a wasted kick gone away. Missed his target by Jaden Christophers, couldn't get to it, and that's a wasted kick. You don't win games if you're kicking like the Bays are. They are not really foot skilled at the moment. And they turn around. The Creeks bring it out from the back pocket. Off they go. Spoilt from there by Encounter Bay in Patrick McInerney. And she goes over the boundary line this time for a throw in on the half back flank.
And the boundary umpire, little fella's got hold of this and he's doing a bit hard today. And he will throw the ball in on the far side. In it goes. Build it down again, and Langhorne Creek just knock it forward. And they've got the runners out there to back it all up, and they'll get this ball right down to their forward line.
He's tossed that one away.
Except he's tossed that one away because he's kicked the ball out without anyone going near it. So the free kick will go to Encounter Bay. They've got hold of it, and who are they going to kick it to? They kicked it in the centre again, and there was no one really there to kick it to.
You got it. That's where you should ping number. He pulled it back and he held his hands on it, had no intention of doing anything but just holding it there.
And the umpire throws it up again. Down it comes. Here's a chance for Pettit. He's got hold of it. Puts the ball on the boot quickly down there. Was blocked by, I reckon that might have been Hellier that blocked it down there. And here comes Encounter Bay back again. Oh, their hand pass was shocking. This is going to give a goal away here, the way they're going. And there's a shot that goes in, and
Tim missed it.
He's luckily for the Langhorne Creek side, he's just missed it, and it's gone through for a behind only. So 4 goals 4 now to 4-5 to Langhorne Creek. Encounter Bay 3 goals 1, and now FP Ag scoreboard.
So Encounter Bay to bring this ball back in. Things are not going their way, and they are short kicking and just going out. There it goes. Oh, there is that line there, Kevy. So
Mitchell Davis, I think, that's got that one.
Davis goes out. Over the hand in the back there, goes up. Lippett overruns it, comes out to Tonkin. Tonkin throws it out, comes back to Lippett. Lippett goes down, picked up by the Creeks. Handballs backwards, turns around, goes out quickly. He gets it, goes out there quickly onto there was Matt Tonkin. Goes up there, and that's a defenseman there in Pearson's. He had it tough in the last minor ground, and he's going off there again. He comes out. Gamble can't get to it. Comes over. Gould is helping him. Helps up onto there. Goes forward. Creeks pick it all up. Come around here to Howe. Caleb Howe lines up, looks at it and says, I love these. And he turns around, goes straight through.
It's the same location with Mary and her Victor Harbour team, but the name has changed. Beachside Bedding, next to Hebra Pharmacy, is your local sleep specialist, featuring SA-made bedding from Sealy, Sleep Haven and Adriatic Slumber. Beachside Bedding also features a beautiful range of locally made Florio furniture. Same location, new name, now even more competitive than ever on price. Beachside Bedding with free delivery and old mattress removal. Open Monday to Saturday at 295 Port Elliot Road, Hebra.
The Royal Family Hotel in the main street of Port Elliot prides itself on having a family atmosphere. The dining room is open for lunch and dinner 7 days a week, offering great food specials and friendly service.
Enjoy.
Why not wind down with friends and enjoy a drink in our superb beer garden, one of the best beer gardens on the south coast. There's traditional pub-style accommodation available and a drive-through sip and save outlet. The Royal Family Hotel, 32 North Terrace, Port Elliot.
Cartinery. Number 1, Malachi Cartinery.
Couldn't see from here.
Yeah, another one for the Creeks. So they are throttling this here, and I'm frightened to say this, that I reckon this is just going to be a walk in the park for them. So in the FBA scoreboard, the Creeks now go to 6 goals, 5 to Encounter Bay, still sitting on that lonely 3-1.
Yeah, they'll be sitting on it for a while, I think, too, the way they're going at the moment.
Yeah, it's not looking good. I like the first quarter. There was a bit of a fight back, but this time it's just, it's just their skills. It's just terrible.
Umpire tosses it up high again in the centre. Up it goes. Knocked down there by Encounter Bay, and across it goes there to Tarka. Tarka sends it right down to that forward line, but plenty of Langhorne Creek players to knock the ball out the way. But they're hand passing backwards down there, and this could be a problem here.
No, they just don't pay that non-attempt, do they?
No, just grabbed the ball, held it in.
If they're consistent, you've got to take it.
I suppose if they're doing it to both sides, fair enough. And there's a kick in by Encounter Bay, and I reckon
Looks
that's
pretty good.
Gone through there, and that's Jaden Christophers that's put that one through. That's their first goal for the to four goals, 1 to 6 goal 4 by Langhorne Creek and our FP Ag scoreboard. And
the Creeks are 5 points.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Don't think it's going to be a 1 point game in the end of the day, the way things are going.
No, but it's just annoying, isn't it?
Yeah.
It can be extremely, especially with finals, extremely good.
I think Jaden Christopher is a player that's come from Kangaroo Island that's plays a few games over here for Encounter Bay.
Oh, yeah.
Does all right.
Yeah, like I said, they've had a couple of players out, which is bad for them, but goes back in the centre. Up they go, Tonkin up and down, but it comes out. Handball quickly goes on. Comes over here now. Up they go to the full back position. Creeks go up, go over the back onto it, picked up onto there and goes around into here to Langhorne's Creek. He picks it up, he gets caught from behind. Should have been holding the ball, doesn't. Turns around, picks up the ball now. Spins around Tonkin. Tonkin goes out here and finds his player quickly here and goes out to number 16, Mitchell Cleggett.
Trevor, is it?
Mitchell Cleggett, and it turns around and goes out into there. So Cleggett lines himself up here for Langhorne's Creek. That's a bit better now. So he goes on, lines up. This could be the quick answer to the Bay's goal. They don't want it.
Well, they don't need an answer.
No, that's what I'm saying. The Creeks will get the replies quick.
Goes
up there, that's going off, and I reckon that could be just about out in the full. The umpire says so. So no score. Encounter Bay.
Williams
the
takes
back
the mark,
pocket.
I think.
Williams with the ball now, drives this ball, he just sits it up. That's where the big tools of Langhorne's Creek are like, and over the back it goes, straight onto the chest of Langhorne's Creek. In it goes, comes out there, he goes off now to the lead, goes over there, turns around, that was Gamble, wasn't it, goes up there, couldn't get to it, and it goes over the boundary line for a ball up in the forward pocket for Langhorne's Creek. A few of the Bay boys there got their arms up, sucking in the breaths, so not good signs. Boundary umpire over there. Up it goes. Tonkin goes up, pushes it down from Torque, goes over. The Creeks just strip it out the side. In they go out there.
Oh, good handball.
Handball comes out. Goes to Ruckman though. Comes back to Crispin. Crispin goes over, finds his player in McInerney. McInerney goes up, and that's a good mark there to Andrew Fife for Encounter Bay. Going the wrong way, took it on his chest and got collided. Off he goes now, drives it off into the forward pocket, goes over the head of the player though. Langhorne's Creek are all around there. Cartignery goes, he gets caught down, got the ball away, comes around quickly to Langhorne's Creek there in Matt Dominish. He goes up and under, goes over there, and look at that. Easy mark to Langhorne's Creek. They go off with a handball, goes up the forward line. Talc gets it for Langhorne's Creek. Encounter Bay try to pick it all up. Handball comes back, that misses the target. Fife goes down, he gets wrapped up, and there's going to be a ball up on the 50-metre arc. Forward flank for Langhorne's Creek though. Up they go. Ruckman set themselves, gets them all out, comes to Lippert. Lippert handball goes out, finds his player in McInerney. So when Bays go forward, look at that, there's a kick, straight the opposition once again.
Yeah, but these people are waiting too far back.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It comes straight around over there, and that one went to David Warren. He goes off, finds his player in the centre. He goes off now, plays off, short kick, goes out wide, finds the big tall timber out there, and that one there is Jack Keynes. Keynes goes forward, puts it all up, one hand goes up, turns around, Cleggett picks it all up, goes over, comes over there, falls in the chest of Aaron Gould for Encounter Bay. He drops over, this is going to be pressure, goes off there, comes out to the player there in Encounter Bay, and that one is Joshua Christophers. Must be on the ball because he kicked the goal the last time. So he goes up, clubroom side wing, up and down Tarka. Too early, didn't even touch the ball. Langhorne's Creek get the ball out there now. Over it comes, easy, Dominish to Dominish. He can go back to his brother, he doesn't. Goes out there, over the top it goes. Comes out around there once again there to Christopher's for the Bays. He comes out over the top and he finds Tarker here on the back flank. Clubroom side, oh, look at that. That was fell into his arms. It was a shocking kick. Turns round and Counter Bay go forward through out
Brown.
there was it was James Brown, but goes up. But, oh, like, high, right in front of the umpire. Comes round to Allen. Allen for the Bays, puts it up full forward. Up they go, can't get to it. The Bays are fighting each other. Turns around, gets up onto there. And the umpire comes in for a ball up. Turns around, Brown gets around for the Bays. They hand it back to him. And the umpire goes at centre half forward. Allen goes up, pushes all over. The Creeks at the back, comes out to Warren. Warren's handball goes up and under. Here they Bays up, pet it at the back and takes it from Counter Bay on the wing clubroom side. He goes out, turns around, he finds his player out there, and that once again is Christopher's. Christopher's comes over for the Bays, drives this ball straight up and full forward. Look at that, 3 big men sitting up there. The Creeks let it out over the back. He taps it over, goes over to Blackwell. Blackwell kicks it forward into the pocket and finds his player quickly out there in Kobe Hellier. Hellier comes back this clubroom side and he finds Blackwell. Blackwell comes off, he comes out, he spots up there and Darcy Clifford. Darcy Clifford gets it. At least Langhorne's Creek find targets, even if they are short. There he goes, out to there, comes out there. Tarker gets over and gets in front of it and smashes it over the boundary line for a throw-in on the forward flank clubroom side for Encounter Bay's
Looks
advantage.
like Tarker's a bit fired up today.
Yeah, well, he hasn't really done much, has he? So he needs to be. Ball up, comes up, goes up, Ruckman goes up, comes out by the Creeks again. They are winning all these centre trap-ups. They come out, find his player quickly out there in Cleggett. Cleggett goes forward for the Creeks. Out they go on there. Talk can't get to it. Rand handled onto there. He turns around, gets up to it, comes around onto it. He handballs back in, finds his player quickly out there, runs into an open goal, turns around. He misses too much out there. That's Alexander Cleggett for a minor score. So we make it now that Langhorne's Creek will be 6 goals. 6, I make it, to Encounter Bay, 4-1.
Now from that behind, the ball will be brought back in. It's only kicked back in short. And the ball is marked there by Gould. Gould's got it from Encounter Bay.
Look at
and
this.
what's he done with that? Has he kicked it? It was just inside
What is
the
the
boundary.
advantage of that even?
I don't know. All that does, if it's miskicked again, it gives him Langhorne Creek a shot at goal. But no, it's okay this time. It goes back to the forward player there. Marked it. I thought Warren had it, but do anything with it. Now, here's a chance now for Big Alan down there, and he's on the ground, and the umpire says, give it to me and I'll throw it up.
20 minutes gone, Kevin.
So umpire throws it up again. Down it goes. Taken down there by Encounter Bay. Stolen away from Encounter Bay down there. That was from Callum Tonkin. And the ball was taken there by the Creeks. Now the Creeks get a quick hand pass out. And this probably will be balled up, I would think. It is, and the umpire will ball it up. And we're getting close now to probably half time, Trev, because there won't be too much time on today.
20 minutes gone, so
not much scoring.
Up it goes and down, comes out there. Langhorne's Creek get onto it. The umpire couldn't see that one high because he's right in the middle, Nick, and we was facing us to the boundary, so there's no way you can see that one. So he'll have the ball up on the forward flank for Langhorne's Creek. Out it comes. Lippert goes down the ground, comes out, over he goes, finds his player there in Davis. Davis goes forward. There's the kick. Just blind. Creeks are set up and it's on their chest of Creeks. Out they go wide. Finds Blackwell. Blackwell out on the opposite wing side now. He goes out. Comes over wide again. Goes out there and that one's almost out the bounds, but it isn't. Gets picked up quickly there by Cleggett. Alexander goes in. Finds his player there and Tasman followed. Another grandson there too.
Yeah, would be.
So it goes off. Turns around. Goes up there and over the back, comes out there to Gould. He goes down, turn around, that'll be leg. Sorry, that was, he was lucky. He took his legs out. Pearson's gets it. Yeah. Probably lucky, but there it goes. So Pearson's for the Bay, puts it all out and he finds Fraser Tonkin out on the back flank. He turns around, his short kicks goes. Look, that was setting up danger, but he got away with it. It comes back there and I reckon that could be Brown. So goes off there now. He goes forward, finds his player. So at least they're hitting a few targets here, but they're getting nowhere though, are they? They've had 4 kicks and they're not even on the wing yet. Up they go, over the head, miles too much. Comes out quickly, picked up there by Encounter Bay there, that goes out through there, and James Brown goes forward. Tonkin gets caught up. He gets going. What's he going to? Holding the ball, yep.
I think he let it go.
Yep, he was tackled and it come loose. So, and this will be Ben Davis. Ben Davis kicking.
Well, it'll be worth
first.
a goal, very close to half time.
Yep. Say they need one's an understatement. Creeks just seem to be getting the better upper hand out of this as we go through. In he comes. He's certainly taking his time. He comes inside the 50. Right on 50 he kicks. Puts it all up. Floats. It's going. Umpire moves. Looks around. Only a single score there to Ben Davis. So Encounter Bay go to 4 goals, 2 in the FPA, on the FPA scoreboard to the Creeks.
From the kick in, the ball has been marked by Langhorne Creeks. Twice it's been marked by them. It's gone to Nick Thung. Now it's come down and Williams has got it.
He plays a steady game.
Lockie Williams, big lad in the back line there. And down it goes now. It's gone down to the half forward line, the Counter Bay's half forward line, taken down there by the Creeks by Ben Arbin, and he's got it across the line. And the Creeks have got the numbers down there if they can get it out, but they can't. It's just held on at the moment, and the ball will be thrown up by the central umpire. Up it goes again. Push down, and Creeks comes through there, and he tried to do a drop kick with it.
Ah, yeah, but he dropped it and then made no attempt.
Yeah. Anyway, the ball has gone out now to Mitchell Davis, and Davis kicks it down along the boundary line. I think they'll probably let it go. No, they don't. Obviously, it was touched before it got there.
He walked over with it too, I think, Kev, so you're right.
And I think the Langhorne Creek side now have got to defend this because, as we say, there's not long now before half-time siren will come. It's on the ground. Ball's down there. Players fall over with it, and the umpire will come and throw it up. I think Lippert was behind that.
Yep.
Most times the player's grabbed, he's got hold of him. Anyway, the umpire tosses it up again. Up it goes. Taken down there by Encounter Bay, and the ball now is going over near the point post. It goes just the other side of the point post, and it's a free kick to Langhorne Creek because no one touched it. Ball now will be brought back by the Creeks. Comes in and he kicks it down the ground. There's a couple of tall fellas over there. They've got it for Langhorne Creek. They kick it along the ground. This is the thing with Langhorne Creek. They seem to be able to get the ball and get the numbers out there. And there's the half-time siren out there now, and that has gone. With the scores down there, 6 goals 5 to the Creeks, 4 goals 2 to Encounter Bay.
Yeah, I think you'll find that scoreboard's incorrect, Kevy. We'll have to wait for the umpires. Yeah, it's been a point out each time. I've got myself down here as 2, 4, 6 points. 6-6 I get to Langhorne Creek to Encounter Bay 4-2. Anyhow, quick goal score as we go on to here before the half-time break. Nick Marshall with 1. Jaden Christophers with 1, Patrick McInerney and Ben Davis each for Encounter Bay. That's their 4. For Langhorne Creek, Malachi Katinuri, Joshua Talk, 2 to Caleb Howe and 1 to Brodie O'Day. So this is 90.1 Happy FM is Great Southern Footy on air and YouTube.
FP Ag, the name you can trust for all your farm needs. FP Ag Rural Supplies has the knowledge and know-how to help you improve your production with expert agronomy advice for your pastures, hay production and broadacre cropping, fertiliser advice and spreading, animal health strategies, fencing needs, expert viticultural advice, livestock sales options, and we also offer an on-farm delivery service. FP Ag, with 5 fully stocked branches across the Fleurieu, we're in your field.
It's the same location with Mary and her Victor Harbour team, but the name has changed. Beachside Bedding, next to Habra Pharmacy, is your local sleep specialist, featuring SA-made bedding from Sealy, Sleep Haven and Adriatic Slumber. Beachside Bedding also features a beautiful range of locally made Fleurieu furniture. Same location, new name, now even more competitive than ever on price. Beachside Bedding with free delivery and old mattress removal. Open Monday to Saturday at 295 Port Elliot Road, Habra.
Community FM's Halftime Hub, brought to you by FP Ag. We're in your field.
It for so long, you knew all the shortcuts, and I think, you know, Andrew doesn't know all those shortcuts, so I thought I'd give him a hand with the treasury. And
Well, it is a lot more work now because a lot more money is handled because the league handles money now on behalf of the SANFL.
yes,
So,
yeah,
I mean, I think I sent you a bill the other day for $30,000, didn't I?
$36,000 for insurance.
For
yeah.
insurance.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're things that have got to be handled now on behalf of the clubs.
Yeah.
And those bills were nothing like that 10 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because insurance has gone up every year. It's for the tragedy benefits, and that's all. People say, why doesn't it cover crook knees and fingers and all of that sort of thing? They can handle that. It'd be 150,000.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah. So it's, you know, it's good cover, and the clubs have got the option to go up to different levels to cover their players for better.
This is only for the basic cover, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
So
So the
that's
36,000 is the base cover. So all the clubs will be contributing to that 36,000.
Yeah.
That's their bill, but the league pays it, and then we charge them at the end of the year.
Yeah.
And we do the same with footballs too, with Faulkners. You know, Faulkners send us the footballs. Been a bit erratic this year because of leather supply apparently, but
Well, I mean, that's always going to happen, isn't it?
yeah,
That's been going on for a couple of years now. The leather's been on a boat somewhere.
Yeah,
It's been
that's
held
right,
up with,
yeah.
with various crew, I suppose, with
Yeah.
COVID and
Yeah.
things like that. So
and all sorts of logistics issues.
yeah. So okay, Jerry, we're hearing what you're doing now. How did you get to the Wollonga Football Club? Because you're not a natural Wollonga person, eh?
No, I'm not. Sharon and I moved to Wollonga about 30 years ago, and I had a little boy. He was a little boy then, and he wanted to play football, and he's got older twin sisters. They played netball, so we got involved with the local sport, which is something that in my family culture we never did. I stopped playing football when I was about 12, and we moved into state, and then I never got into it. And Mum and Dad are both Dutch from the war era, and there's just nothing like that in those sorts of things. They weren't exposed to it. So
In Holland, they don't play football, do they?
no, but they do play soccer.
Yeah.
So so I came to Wollonga, and then Herman Lucas asked me to get involved with the building committee for the new change rooms that were being planned, and my son was getting changed in those rooms, and they were
Terrible, weren't they? Well,
bloody disgusting.
Yeah, I think
Bloody disgusting.
Put it,
Yes.
plain
So
English.
so I got involved with that, and then I decided that I could contribute a bit more, and I became the secretary. And you know, that's the days of faxes and
Carbon paper
for the team sheets and that. And I've always been in manufacturing and process improvements and stuff. So I relished the chance to sort of add a bit of that to the clubs, to that club, Wollonga.
But
So-
wasn't your job of taking you away from that, because you were with solar optics a fair
Yeah,
bit, and
yeah,
there was a
well-
lot of overseas travel, wasn't
Yeah,
there?
there was a lot of overseas travel, but I was lucky to be able to manipulate when I went.
When you went, you went out of
and
football
where,
season.
you know. So if I had to do a quick trip, I could do that.
Yeah.
But that was more later in the piece. In
Yeah.
the end, because I was the secretary for 20 years. So the first 10 were probably okay for that, and then the next 10, and then of course we had other son too, Bryn, who plays here at McLaren. Unfortunately for us.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
no,
No, it's
unfortunately you
good.
had the sun though. wasn't it?
Yeah, no, it's good because I can pick the game of the day, can't I? I can go.
Yeah,
to
you got a set of jumpers that
Yeah.
follow McLaren and a set that follow Wollonga.
Yeah,
haven't you?
no. I don't
There's
have
just
any
one and a
McLaren
half.
gear. Yeah, someone gave me a half and half jumper once, but it has not been worn.
It'd not be worn.
It might be cremated one day.
So it must be difficult though. I mean, to be the secretary of Wollonga and follow McLaren, you've got to follow your son a bit.
Oh
don't
yeah,
you?
of course, yeah, we did that, and it's only been the last 4 years. So I gave up being secretary in what year was it?
I don't know. Yeah.
2019.
Yeah.
So it's been 4 years, and Bryn's been here 6, I think, 6 or 7.
It's only 3 years.
Yeah.
During 2000.
Oh, it is too. Yeah.
You get one ahead of yourself.
Yeah, but he's a junior Colts coach here, so Sharon and I usually come in the morning here,
Yeah.
and then she'll go and do something, or we'll go and do something, and then I'll pick whatever. I mean, they've had some exciting games here this year, and I was sort of waiting to see their first loss, but it didn't happen.
First loss against Wollonga.
Yeah, well, no, that didn't happen, did it?
No, it didn't happen.
No, they've done really well this year, so good luck to them.
So Bryn's obviously involved with sport as a job now, isn't he?
He works for SACA, so he's in. I think he's called participation officer. So he does does a lot of work with schools and junior development and stuff. So that's good.
So you said you played a little bit.
No, nothing.
Nothing.
No,
nothing at all.
no. I remember once getting belted on the ground and getting taken off, and I couldn't go back on because I was in those days there was no interchange.
So you give up?
Yeah. No, I just never got back into it after we came from Victoria.
You came from Victoria, so.
Oh yeah, no, but we stayed there for a little while. I went to Colonel Gardens Primary School, and then we went to Victoria, and I came back. We came back here to southern suburbs,
So you're pretty happy with your digs here? I mean, you've got a nice house here.
Oh yeah, no, we love it. Yeah, no, Wollonga's it's beautiful, mate. You know, you go and sit in some of the wineries around here, and you see the views, and I'm just so happy about where we are. It's just great, you know, and the kids are all doing well. So.
Well, I mean, if you're a happy lot, there's happy wife,
right.
Happy life.
Yeah, that's what they say. Yeah.
So Sharon's pretty pleased with everything here?
Yeah, she loves it. Yeah. Sharon lived in Wollonga, went to Wollonga High School, so she's more Wollonga homegrown. In fact, Sharon's ancestry goes back to, we found a photo from 1876. She wasn't in it, but one of her ancestors was. So we found two photos from 2 consecutive years. I can't exactly remember the years, but one of them has got Patrick O'Reilly in it. Sharon's family changed their name to Riley. They dropped the O, and then next year it was Patrick Riley, but it's the same guy. So we actually were able to. I think it's the oldest photo we've got.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, you sort of like delving into the history of things, don't you, at the moment?
Oh yeah, I love the history of the footy club and the league. It's just amazing.
So there is plenty of scope for that, isn't there?
Oh yeah, you know, there's some of the stuff I found about the Wollonga Football Club that's got nothing to do with playing. So in 1897, when the Australian Constitution was being formulated for Federation in 1901, one of our vice presidents was Sir Richard Baker, who was the first president of the South Australian Legislative Council and the first president of the Federal Senate. So we had some big names in our club.
In your club, but Wollonga's had some big names stay here too, because it's a very old town, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it is. Yes, yeah. Our first president was the guy that built the first Old Bush Inn.
Was it?
Yeah,
oh, right.
And in fact, his home was on a property that's owned by one of our current past presidents, Paul Giles.
Giles's
got so Giles's got a shed on his building that he wants to get rid of, but
has he? And Giles would love that, wouldn't he?
Yeah, that's right.
You'd never hear the end of that. Anyway, so Giles's still got it?
Yeah, he's got the shed there. We were only talking about it last week because the council, you know, it's sort of like semi-heritage listed, and but it's dangerous. So what do you do?
So what do you do with your time now, Jerry? I mean, as a full-time secretary, just about you were at the club. I mean, obviously you didn't get paid as a full-time secretary, but you would have taken a lot of your time, and now you've probably got time to do other things you want to do.
Well, I'm sort of the unofficial historian at Wollonga, so I've been collecting a lot of stuff. When COVID struck, I took the opportunity to bring all the stuff from the office and scanned it. I set up under the pergola at home and scanned everything. So we got a lot of stuff. We've got a big Hall of Fame that we're still working on. I've got the Great Southern Hall of Fame that I'm trying to get the information from clubs. And of course I'm doing the Great Southern Treasury, which is not a big deal, but it is at the moment.
It is a big deal, but when you've got to do it,
that's right.
Send out accounts and things like that. And if you're busy doing other things like I've been the last couple of years, you haven't got time to do too much of those things. Anyway, it's good to catch up with you again, Jerry. I like seeing you around and having a word with you. So thanks for coming along today.
No worries.
And I dare say we'll catch up with you along the way in this final series.
Yep, I hope so.
So thanks very much.
No worries, mate.
And now, Guest today was Jerry Lutz from the Wollonga Football Club, or previously, and this year from the Great Southern Football League.
Still Wollonga as well.
Still 90.1 Happy FM is Great Southern Footy on air and YouTube.
Happy FM's Halftime Hub, brought to you by FP Ag. We're in your field. FP Ag, the name you can trust for all your farm needs. FP Ag Rural Supplies has the knowledge and know-how to help you improve your production with expert agronomy advice for your pastures, hay production and broadacre cropping, fertiliser advice and spreading, animal health strategies, fencing needs, expert viticultural advice, livestock sales options, and we also offer an on-farm delivery service. FP Ag, with 5 fully stocked branches across the Fleurieu, we're in your field.
It's the same location with Mary and her Victor Harbour team, but the name has changed. Beachside Bedding, next to Hebra Pharmacy, is your local sleep specialist, featuring SA-made bedding from Sealy, Sleep Haven and Adriatic Slumber. Beachside Bedding also features a beautiful range of locally made Fleurieu furniture. Same location, new name, now even more competitive than ever on price. Beachside Bedding with free delivery and old mattress removal. Open Monday to Saturday at 295 Port Elliot Road, Hebra.
Victor Tyre Power are your local one-stop shop for all tyres, wheels and batteries. Tyre Power are Australia's biggest independent tyre retailer, which means you get the power of a big range of the big brands, expert advice and lower prices.
Get the power of a local owner and operator.
Get the power of great service that keeps you coming back.
Get the power. Victor Tyre Power, 170A Hindmarsh Road, Victor Harbour.
Get the power!
Come, let's get up.
Do you have that here near these? Didn't grab any.
Oh, took up first quarter mark. That's what it is. Okay, got it. Understand.
Six, 4, 2. Ready, Tony? Yep, cut it. Yep, we just told him, so yep, he's picked it up, he's got the third, so yeah. So no worries, come over because they're starting to get ready. Yep. Certainly have, Tony. The umpires are waiting just for the ground to clear up here. They got onto there, they got the all clear from us to go. So we're here for the third quarter under the McLaren for the elimination final. Siren goes and they come into it. So 3:43 underway here, and it turns around, we gets up. Off we go, goes into the play, goes up and down, comes around on, and we finish up with a ball up straight away into it. Counter Bay need to get going up here now. Up they go. Tonkin goes up, gets the ball down, comes around. Dominique gets it for the Creeks. He goes off. Creeks straight off into attack. Up before it goes. Fraser Tonkin can't get to it for the Bays. Comes out wide, picks up there. Tonkin goes over, picks it all up. Fraser Tonkin gets one high, comes over to Tyson Neal, goes out, quickly picks up Gould for the Bays. He turns around, goes off, short kick, short channels, goes over. The Bay player slips over on it. Blackwell wants it out in the full, and I can't see how they could go so close there. The umpire's going to come in and have a chat to the player, but the Bay player was staggering around and flopping around there, so he's got it, and he's decided now that the Creeks need it. So Creeks go into attack there, goes out, coming out on there, go around onto it. Williams keeps it all up, goes around. Fraser Tonkin gets it. He has an attempt at the kick, and all of a sudden now an umpire pays dropping the ball. Caleb Howe got away one in the first half and goes round. So Tonkin now with the ball gets up for the for Langhorne's Creek. You've got to be careful here because there's Tonkins in both sides here.
There is, yeah.
Oh, nice little one-handed throw that one was. From Hellier, I reckon. So it goes out.
I think Matthew Tonkin's not in.
So, yeah. So over it goes. The Bays goes up by Pettit. Turns around. Andrew Fife can't get to the ball. And she goes over the boundary line on that forward flank position. Creeks into attack though, which is what the Bays don't want. This wind's just starting to pick up out there, Kevy too, so he goes onto it, up there. Tonkin, Callum gets it for Encounter Bay, drives up forward, over the top it goes. McInerney can't get to it, picked up there by Andrew Fife for the Bays. He goes off in forward, turns round, yet, the umpire went go up with a whistle and then dropped it all off. Over it comes to Davis. Davis spins around on the back legs, goes over there for a minor score only. So they go now to 4 goals, 3 to Encounter Bay on the FPH scoreboard, 6-6 Langhorne's Creek.
And the Creeks bring it back in. Oh, it's gone, not a good kick in, and it's gone straight there to Crispin. And Crispin's got to kick this over 50 because you have to kick it outside the 50-metre arc. Oh, has he got it? He's kicked it to his teammate out there, and the teammate out there is Davis, Ben Davis.
Probably only
he's going to have to kick it just the same, but he's on a worse ankle.
Yeah, I think he's got a stronger leg than Crispin though.
Hang on, they're laughing a lot. At least it's made it into a point. Looked like I was going to go out by miles. No, I don't think I got a point out of that either. Anyway, that's the second point that's gone to Encounter Bay in quick succession. And the Creeks will bring it back in again. And that is a longer kick down the ground. It's almost in the centre circle. And down the ground they go with it. And the Creeks, almost like a jailbreak here. It's gone out here to the player out there in number 15 is Jack Keynes. And Keynes has kicked it in again.
Out of bounds, untouched. Talk didn't get to it. Pearson's kick.
So Pearson will kick it in, and that's not a bad kick in. I think they may be kicking with the wind a little bit in Encounter Bay out there, is it? Way it's blowing, but there's no flags or anything around here. And the free kick goes out there to Langhorne Creek.
And that's Keynes.
Keynes again, that's the player that a second ago. So he's kicked it in short, and his teammate that he kicked it to has missed it. But it's picked up out there by Cartignery, and that's a minor score only to Langhorne Creek. It's catching this point business out there, Trevor, and that is a point to the Creeks, and it's hard to see what they are because the bloke that's changing it standing right in front of it.
6-7 to 4-3 on the FBH scoreboard. Bay's with the ball, he's waiting, so it's over the back, so he hasn't got it. Now one of the Bay boys have to go out to get it.
They better wait till he gets back in the play again.
Well, yeah, you have to.
He had to climb under the netting work down there that they've got to stop the football doing that.
Yeah, which it
didn't work very well, did it?
So quickly goes off. I mean, it could have been Fraser Tonkin, goes out. And guess what? He's just wasted the complete kick and put it over the boundary line for a free kick to Langhorne Creek.
God.
You do, that is
what did they have at half time?
In they come now. Goes over, straight over the top, goes over. Gould tries to get it for the Bays, can't. Continually picks it all up. Series of handballs by the Creek boys. Comes back over, turns around. Caleb Howe, one of the biggest acts out you've seen, got hit across the shoulder blade, and I reckon he almost snapped his own neck trying to throw it back and peeling for a head high. And yeah, umpire wasn't caught up in it. Out it comes, turns around, goes over, comes out to Tyson Neal. Tyson Neal gets out, comes back to him. He turns around, drives out, kicks over here, and he finds this player there in Andrew Fife. Blackwell on the mark. Andrew Fife drives off. Big Allen fell over his own feet down here. It goes up and down. I reckon it was an interference into the bays and comes out here and comes around to Ben Davis. Ben Davis is on the wing, drives off, drives out wide, goes out onto there, up and down. Callum Tonkin can't get to it. Turns around, gets onto it. He's being held onto it even before he went down to the ball. Langhorne's Creek appealing for him holding the ball.
He didn't have it.
He didn't have it anywhere near it. Up it goes. Callum Tonkin gets it out, over comes to Dominish. Dominish goes up. Crispin goes up and down, gets a fist to it because he couldn't get around into it. Tyson Neal goes in. Ben Davis goes onto it. He turns around and gets up to it and be a re-throw up by the boundary umpire right on the cricket pitch here. Up she goes. Tonkin goes up, gets it out, goes over, but intercepted beautifully by the Creeks. Goes off, up to the forward lines, over the back, comes around
Here's
here, 29 lines himself up, and he's missed that completely. And that one goes around. Who was that one there? That was Jackson Humphreys. He made a mess of that. So Bayes in the back pocket with this ball. Tries in, has to clumb the cobber inside, goes up, turn around, Callum Tonkin goes in and dates it for the Bays. So, big ruckman comes out, one of their best players all reason, goes up, Allen goes up, Allen juggles it and takes it. See, always flexibility with the big men. Off they go, he goes in and finds Tyson Neal on his chest at centre half forward. He goes out wide, onto there and he finds Jake Tarker. Now that was one of the best movements the Bays have had.
They kept the ball in play, didn't they? They kept finding another partner.
And it certainly did. It Allen there juggled it about 3 or 4 times and took it and stood up and went off straight away.
Who said big men can't take much?
Always follow them on the ball. They run like hares. Jake Tarker comes in for the Bays. The umpire comes back and says, "Goal."
FP Ag, the name you can trust for all your farm needs. FP Ag Rural Supplies has the knowledge and know-how to help you improve your production with expert agronomy advice for your pastures, hay production and broadacre cropping, fertiliser advice and spreading, animal health strategies, fencing needs, expert viticultural advice, livestock sales options, and we also offer an on-farm delivery service. FP Ag, with 5 fully stocked branches across the Fleurieu, we're in your field.
And it's still beating down here at the McLaren Oval. Umpire comes in, throws it up. Up it goes again. The Counter Bay got the knock, but they won't get the ball out the centre here. Well, they may now. Ball's on the ground and a bit of a tussle there with Lippert and Troy Blackwell, and the umpire won that one. Ball now is on the ground. Here's a chance for Tarker again to get the ball in, and ball goes over there to the young fella in from Counter Bay was Marshall. He couldn't mark it. Ball's on the ground now, and it's handballed out, and here's a chance for the ball now to be pushed across the boundary line out of bounds, and Langhorne Creek will get the advantage of it. He kicks it back in, and Crispin was just a little bit late, but the ball now comes out to McLaren, player loose running down the ground as Tasman Follett, and he's got hold of it, kicks it down to the half forward line, and the mark has been taken by the big fella out in front there,
Mitchell Cleggett.
That was Mitchell Cleggett. So Cleggett kicks it into the forward line for Langhorne Creek, and
Tarker.
And I think that was the best thing they could do, was to knock that one through for a behind before it was kicked through for a goal. So Langhorne Creek get another behind. They go to 6-8 now.
Yep. Counter Bay 5-4. Guess what, Kevin? The scoreboard's wrong again.
Still.
Yeah, points again. Can't add up. These kids anyway. Goes out. Bays bring the ball in. Tyson goes up for it. Neil can't get to it. Comes on the ground. Kicked up quickly there by the Creeks, and Darcy Clifford goes forward. Spoil from behind comes from the Bays. Goes out wide. Picks all up. Turns around easy. Pick up by the Creeks. They go over, and he misses that one there. I reckon that was Alexander Cleggett for another minor score to the Creeks, and they're wasting them a bit now. The FPA scoreboard, they go to 6-9 in Counter Bay 5-4.
The Creeks outnumbered in Counter Bay about 4-1 then, so they had plenty of time and didn't use it. From the kick in now, the ball is just punched across the boundary line, and the boundary umpire will come into play here and put the ball back into play. Shadows are getting a bit longer now, Trev. We might need our jumpers on soon.
Yep. Yeah. No, not in here, Campy. It's nice and warm for us. We can close the door if it gets too windy and cold.
Anyway, the boundary umpire tosses it in again. In it goes at the back of the pack. It's knocked down, and Counter Bay players in there on the bottom of the pack once again. And I suppose that's Lippert.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he got himself there with David Warren. So both those two get on dirty.
They know each other pretty well. Probably go to the same uni together or something. Anyway, Counter Bay from the throw in there. They get the ball out down the wing. It goes, and nearly a good hand pass there, but it is a good hand pass.
Actually.
It was, and it's gone across the line and out of bounds.
Yeah, Callum Tonkin just got his hand in on that second one.
He needed to too, because it looked like they were up and away then.
Yeah. At least it's tightened up now.
Well, it's tightened up a little bit, hasn't it?
Yeah. The Bays need to come out and make something happen.
They don't want to let them. The Creeks kick another couple of goals, otherwise it'll be well beyond them. Anyway, Creeks from the throw in now. Creeks are from behind then. It's taken down there by Tyson Neal. Tyson Neal had one hand.
That's a one-handed fist out. Umpire's missing them again.
And coming through with it. Now, I reckon that he might go here for holding the ball. He has, and that's the Counter Bay player tried to do a little bit too much with it, and it's gone out there to Joshua Tauk. And the ball now has gone. I think he's kicked the ball out of bounds. It was touched on the way through. Yeah. And the boundary umpire will throw it in again. They want to get rid of that big tree that's there, Trev. I thought that might eventually had its time to be rooted out too. Umpire now will throw it back in again. In it goes. And from behind then, there's a big knock down there by Langhorne Creek. And it's on the ground once again. And guess who's on the ground? Lippert. It's got the ball back again.
Same one again. David Warren.
I think they'll probably go out together tonight.
Mully grubs, I think. There it goes. Look at this. This is a return favour now. It's Lippert's got Warren down this time.
Round
Tick
three.
for tack. Up they go again. Tonkin gets it, flicks it all out. Tyson Neal goes over. Pettit gets it. He turns around, kicks it, and that'll be a wasted kick. Out in the full, and it'll be a...
Hi everybody, I'd just like to say thank you very much for the season that we've had. It's been great that we've had it COVID free to a point as far as any sort of delays in our games. I just want to congratulate all 10 teams, their volunteers, their coaches, their players for getting through the season. It's been good to have a full season this year, and congratulate those who made the final five, and wish them all the best for the rest of the season, and congratulate all of those who competed this year in all grades. Thank you.
A fair sort of a kick, goes up, the wind's going to affect this, drives it out and takes it right across the face of goals, turns around, just gets in the middle there for a minor score. So they finish up going to 6 goals, 10 now at Langhorne Creek to Encounter Bay, 5-4 on the FPA scoreboard.
Yes, wind maybe had a little bit to do with that, and the umpire now lets the play go on from the kick in.
Only 1 goal 6, so
yeah,
there's
it
nothing
is.
in it.
No, but if they're having a lot of shots, what they need now is a couple to go straight, and they're in business again. Here goes the ball. Here's a chance now for Encounter Bay down there through Mitchell Davis.
Oh, that was terrible.
His
disposal
again was terrible, and it goes across now to...
And that's
I think
killed him and hurt him.
They've
27.
done now what needed to happen, and that's put a goal through, and that is a goal there. Alexander Click.
FP Ag, the name you can trust for all your farm needs. FP Ag Rural Supplies has the knowledge and know-how to help you improve your production with expert agronomy advice for your pastures, hay production and broadacre cropping, fertiliser advice and spreading, animal health strategies, fencing needs, expert viticultural advice, livestock sales options, and we also offer an on-farm delivery service. FP Ag, with 5 fully stocked branches across the Fleurieu, we're in your field.
Didn't want.
But as we've been saying, if Langhorne Creek get into the top 5, look out. And
Yeah.
I think that's what everyone else was saying too.
Well, they win today, they get the home ground advantage. Yeah. Well, not that it becomes much of an advantage nowadays, but they get the home ground there on next Sunday, so that'll be a little asset for them. They'll like that there.
My Bonga on it, won't they?
Yeah, they'll like that. So they beat them by 2 points there last time. So up in the centre it goes, up and down. Tonkin gets it when he comes back on the ground. Turns around, gets wrapped up into here. And they turn around. Tyson Neal won't let it out, and it comes back to umpire Nick. Back in that centre circle there, goes up. Goes up through there. Tonkin goes out, comes over. Tonkin's into there. Tonkin's everywhere. I reckon we can get some toys out of this. Tonkin toys would go well, wouldn't it? Yeah. So we get that on here. Ball goes up. Ruckman goes up. Callum Tonkin gets the handballs out for the Bays. The Creeks smash it forward. Now they get a kick away. Goes up to centre half forward. Out it goes. On the chest, the Creeks pick it all up. Drives forward. Kicks out. Here's the run coming out. Scoops it all up. This is Dominish. Turns around. Spins around. Can't get it. Crispin gets him late. Goes up under there. Toit can't get to it. Gets on the ground. Turns around. And the Bays get wrapped up onto there by the Creeks. And it's in the forward pocket for a ball up. Got ourselves going only 16 minutes at the moment, so starting to get through it. Fraser Tonkin gets all up. Handballs, just hands it off to Langhorne's Creek. He dropped it, and these I can't argue. Turn around, you get out to there, and I was just talking to players out there. David Warren had the ball. He got tackled, threw his arms back. The ball drops down. He didn't kick it, and holding onto the man too long. So they're the ones that hurt anything into there.
And this will hurt too, because it'll be a goal.
Right in front of goals.
Yep.
Slight angle. You don't really want results like that. It turns around, goes up, puts it all in. The umpire goes back. He stands around. Warren gets his...
It's the same location with Mary and her Victor Harbour team, but the name has changed. Beachside Bedding, next to Hebra Pharmacy, is your local sleep specialist, featuring SA-made bedding from Sealy, Sleep Haven and Adriatic Slumber. Beachside Bedding also features a beautiful range of locally made Florio furniture. Same location, new name, now even more competitive than ever on price. Beachside Bedding with free delivery and old mattress removal. Open Monday to Saturday at 295 Port Elliot Road, Hebra.
Standing off to his left, and he's gone, no, you held on to him too long, and you think, oh, I had to get rid of it. So still, they're the results that come.
Umpire tosses it up in the centre again, knocked out. Here's a chance for Encounter Bay to get the ball down the ground. They will.
That's better run.
Out it comes down here.
Brown, wasn't it?
Brown,
he's missed
shot
it.
for goal. See, they're the ones that they're missing. Shot for goal again, and a minor score only. So it's 5 goals. 5 to 8 goals. 10 by Langhorne Creek.
Langhorne's Creek bring this ball straight back in clubroom side. Up he goes, up and under. The Bays pick it up. Callum overruns it. Tonkin, that is, for Encounter Bay. He wraps up, gets over. Crispin can't get it up. Comes off to Brown. Brown goes back. Turns around. Handball goes straight to Langhorne's Creek and comes out. Continually grabs it in front of his knees. Warrior's little lad, isn't he? So
he is. Not much of him, but
he goes round. I presume it's his dad, is it?
Yeah.
And
Muffy.
Muffy goes over, and he runs like a hare too. So he goes up there, and that's a good defensive mark there to Encounter Bay.
Pearson's,
there, Pearson's. Pearson's comes up, goes up, can't get the ball into his hands there of Blake Bailey, and it goes over the boundary line for a throw in right here indeed.
Keynes is a big bloke, isn't he?
Certainly is, isn't he? Yeah. He's got some height to him, and
height and weight.
Yeah, even if you look at 14 there for him too, he's Colby Hellier.
Well, there's a throw in. I think these little boundary umpires are getting a bit tired now.
McInerney gets McIntyre gets it up in there, goes over. Blackwell gets it for Langhorne's Creek and just slams it forward. Out it goes onto there. Oh, took his legs out, and the Bay's unlucky again, not in there. Fraser Tonkin gets ridden into the ground.
I think they've given it to him.
And that's got to be a 25-metre penalty, and there's the Bay player still down out there when he got collected. And that's Williams too. Oh, they don't need that.
The full back, isn't it?
Yeah, they don't need that, the Bays. Lachlan Williams doing a lot of feed there. And as I predicted, the umpires had to give a 25 because the ball was kicked away. Because Marty,
they want to give him a chance to get off, though, don't they?
Well, not if you haven't called for a stretcher.
No, but
so
it was
ball's not in play.
Yeah.
So he turns around. The ball comes forward. He's in the hands of the trainers, and the trainers can only stop the player if the ball's there or the stretcher's on. So up on the forward flank for Encounter Bay. Tonkin goes up, gets it all down, comes over, scoops it back. Pettit tries to get it all up. He gets wrapped up by Tonkin for the Creeks, and he turns around, comes in onto it there. Is a little jack in the box there, Marcus Lippert, and it turns around, umpire repeats it on the flag. to go up again for the Creeks again. No, they have to nullify Callum Tonkin. Goes up there and goes over the boundary line for a ball in from front of the coach's box here on the club room side. Turn around, we've got ourselves, what, 20 minutes gone. So it's getting down, almost a time on now. Boundary umpire sets himself, puts it all up. That's a bit better. Up they go. Tonkin flicks it all out. They do not read Tonkin's rucking. Never have. Up they go. You get a winning ruckman like that and goes out. Goes out. Pearson gets it. He handballs. Gets his handball out. Goes out further. Comes over there now. Gamble goes to try and get up onto it for the Bays. He tackles continually. He turns around, gets held onto too long, and it'll be a free kick to him for Langhorne Creek. Gets the ball up, looks inside, turns around. He's up on the forward flank area, drives it up into full forward. Up they go. Pearson's from behind. He grabbed that. That was good one-handed control onto that. He goes off, comes out wide. He finds his player back in there, and I reckon that's Davis. Davis goes up and under, comes out and finds his player there. Who goes, bang, see you later.
Yeah. You only play on when you've got a bit of time to kick the thing.
Yeah,
no time at all.
Christopher's got caught there, and the Creeks can make them really, really pay for this. Darcy Clifford with the ball. He's going to kick from probably, well, 50 if it's 50, so...
We've got half a chance of marking. This thing's going okay for them at the moment.
Yep, so...
1 quarter to go.
Up we go into here now. Clifford comes in, drives, and that's gone way off the boot. That one's gone, cleared the distance all right, but it's nearly gone out in the bocce club rooms over there.
Nearly gone out the
free kick over to Encounter Bay for out of bounds on the full and also untouched.
Yeah. Untouched, all right. You'd have had to be Jack and the Beanstalk to touch that.
So Pierce has got it. We'll have a bit of time on here, won't we? Because we had that hold up a play for a while.
Anyway, the Bays will bring the ball back in now. They've got to kick this one to somebody. They kicked it up high, giving the tall fellas from Langhorne Creek a bit of a chance there to go in and mark it. They haven't been able to do that. Ball's on the ground.
Good thing there that Williams is back, so he must have just got there. That's in there. He must have just rolled or knocked.
Yeah, well, they need him.
He's
He's been pretty good at fullback. Anyway, coming in there, and I think player got in the way of Lippert. He ended up getting the ball. His hand passed it out, but he handballed the only thing he could do with it, and that's taken across the line.
Well, you should take that off of Blackwell. He actually threw the ball away.
Yeah, but he didn't throw it away very far.
Yeah, he threw it into the sign. But it's the actions that does it. The boundary umpire wasn't there, and it's lucky that it hit the sign and bounced back in.
If it was gone in the crowd, he would have been in a bit of trouble.
You put the ball down and you hand it to the umpire. That's the rules state it. So.
Anyway, the boundary umpire tosses it in it goes. And Lippert again, he's got that player. It's not the one he's been after all the time. No, he's got a new one.
Dominish that
got
one.
a new enemy now. And that was Dominish. From the throw up again. Quick hand pass has gone out, and then Lippert's, I reckon he's got boots on without studs in them. Those pimple things in it.
They're probably cricket shoes, aren't they?
Yeah, I reckon they are. And the umpire throws it up again. Up it goes. Here's a chance. The ball's come out here, give him Petter to run after the ball. And he can't grab it and do anything with it before it goes across the line and out of bounds again. The boundary umpire's got it. There's two on this side. I think they need them at the moment because the ball's gone out a fair bit.
Yep.
In it goes, and this one's gone in short. And Tonkin's got it, knocks it back over his head. Pettit can't pick it up though. He picked it up now. That got up in the air, I don't know. And down it goes there to Dominish, Jake Dominish, and in it goes to the goal. And that one is off a line as well. That's another behind there to Langhorne Creek. They go to 8 goals 11 now to 5 goals 5 by Encounter Bay.
Yeah, I think they finally caught up there. Someone told them so. Turns around, Williams brings the ball in for Encounter Bay, goes out over the back. Bayes with the run on this one, picks it up there in Brown. Brown goes off, goes forward, kicks it all up the forward flank, goes over, gets it out there. Over to the ruckman, you don't do that. Got to get it in.
It's gone again.
Had to get it in. Comes out to McIntyre, goes over. The Bayes get caught up here on the 50-metre arc, but at least it's in their attacking zone. Now all they need to do here now is to make good use of this. While it's in there, they need to get a goal. Up they go. Tonkin gets it back out. Comes around to Pettit. Pettit gets out. He gets on. He goes for holding the ball. There's a difference, isn't it?
Yeah.
Up it comes. Comes out. The Creeks bring it all out. Comes over there. Goes out. Williams gets up to it. Can't get onto it. McIntyre gets it. Goes out to it. Comes back into it. Creeks try to pick it all up. Handball gets covered up on there. Crispin can't get to it. Dives in underneath, took his legs out. Now that is holding the ball, the same thing. Umpire comes in, same umpire, different decision.
Well, that was definitely holding the ball.
Oh, that's what I mean.
He picked the ball up while he's on the ground.
Yeah, goes up. So Tonkin gets it for the Bays, puts it all out. McIntyre can't get it. And there we go, titchy-touchy, and the Creeks get it. Oh, they are getting softer decisions here, the Creeks. No matter who you barrack for, you would be sitting here shaking your head with them as they come over there to David Warren for Langhorne's Creek. Gets told to play on, drives this ball up right into full forward. Out they come, comes over, Continuary gets it, he handballs out, goes wide though, goes out, goes over the boundary line. That should be a free kick, handball, untouched, Encounter Bay's free kick. Players
they
don't
even know they got it.
Yeah, but then it is the bloke from the island there, so as you said about him with that Christopher's.
They might not have that over there.
Might not have it over there, that's right. So now the Bays have to bring it in. Club room's not a good kick. Gamble can't get up onto it, turns around, Blackwell gets it, he finally gets a handball out, comes over, another one comes back to Blackwell, Fraser Tonkin gets it, he turns around, goes back in, turns around, picks all up there, goes around to there, and they'll go down. The umpire comes in for a ball up. Well, yep, I can say we must be timed there, Kevy, and it certainly was. So, three-quarter time here, we have Encounter Bay 5-5 to Langhorne's Creek 8-11 on the FPAG scoreboard. Quickly, we'll go through some scores here. For Langhorne's Creek, we have Malachi Continuary, Jake Dominish, David Warren, Joshua Tork, Brodie O'Day and Alexander Clegger all with 1. And Caleb Howe with 2. Encounter Bay, we have Jake Tarker, Nick Marshall, Jaden Christophers, Patrick McInerney and Ben Davies. So this is 90.1 Happy FM is Great Southern Footy on air and YouTube.
It's the same location with Mary and her Victor Harbour team, but the name has changed. Beachside Bedding, next to Hebra Pharmacy, is your local sleep specialist, featuring SA-made bedding from Sealy, Sleep Haven and Adriatic Slumber. Beachside Bedding also features a beautiful range of locally made Florio furniture. Same location, new name, now even more competitive than ever on price. Beachside Bedding with free delivery and old mattress removal. Open Monday to Saturday at 295 Port Elliot Road, Hebra.
Greetings, Ian Wright, Station Manager here at 90.1 Happy FM. Been a big year this year with the Great Southern Footy, and it's been our pleasure to bring you the action both on the radio at 90.1 Happy FM, via YouTube and all the other social media outlets. I'd like to thank in particular our very important people, the sponsors. FPAG, 5 locations across the Florio Peninsula. Also Mary and the team at Beachside Bedding down there at Port Elliot Road, Victor Harbour. Mount Compass Quarry, Landscaping Supplies, thank you Neville, and Nifty, Miller and Heather. Pro Stock Livestock, great people, great sponsors here at Happy FM. Royal Family Hotel, great pub down there at Port Elliot. Many thanks for their involvement this year. Also Victor Tyre Power, been very, very keen supporters of footy on the Flerio and a great station sponsor here at Happy FM. And finally, the Flerio Sun, our brand new newspaper on the coast. Without our sponsors, we have nothing. Without our listeners and our viewers, nothing. So thank you to everybody. Been a challenging year all round for many people. Next year, it'll be, well, better, bigger and better here at Happy FM.
The Royal Family Hotel in the main street of Port Elliot prides itself on having a family atmosphere. The dining room is open for lunch and dinner 7 days a week, offering great food specials and friendly service.
Enjoy.
Why not wind down with friends and enjoy a drink in our superb beer garden, one of the best beer gardens on the south coast. There's traditional pub-style accommodation available and a drive-through sip and save outlet. The Royal Family Hotel, 32 North Terrace, Port Elliot. Victor Tyre Power are your local one-stop shop for all tyres, wheels and batteries. Tyre Power are Australia's biggest independent tyre retailer, which means you get the power of a big range of the big brands, expert advice and lower prices.
Get the power of a local owner and operator.
Get the power of great service that keeps you coming back.
Get the power. Victor Tyre Power, 170A Hindmarsh Road, Victor Harbour.
Hi everybody, I'd just like to say thank you very much for the season that we've had. It's been great that we've had it COVID free to a point as far as any sort of delays in our games. I just want to congratulate all 10 teams, their volunteers, their coaches, their players for getting through the season. It's been good to have a full season this year, and congratulate those who made the final 5 and wish them all the best for the rest of the season, and congratulate all of those who competed this year in all grades. Thank you.
Mount Compass Quarry and Landscape Supplies have over 40 years experience in mining and blending soils and organics. We're specialists in turf soils, landscaping and organic blends. Customised washed sands for horse arenas, sports grounds and building sands. We also have a large range of decorative stones, gravels, mulches and pine barks. From car trailers to all truckloads. Wholesale Quarry Direct. Mount Compass Quarry and Landscape Supplies, 86 Sandmine Road, Mount Compass. Open Monday to Friday, 7am to 4pm and Saturday 7am to 11am. Phone 8556 8421.
The central umpire. Oh no, boundary umpire. Wandered over. I was looking up at Steve upstairs, and I thought, well, that might be it. So
He might want his photo taken.
yeah, probably is. So 8-11 for Langhorne's Creek, 5-5. So we've got basically a 4-goal game in this. So it's not insurmountable, but the Creeks are probably certainly favourites to go in onto it and to go on and continue their season for 2022. The umpire's indicating here it must be the last quarter here and the last game of football for one of these sides.
And the last game on this oval this year.
Yep, siren sounds as we get underway here on the last quarter, 4:15 in the afternoon. Up she goes in the centre. Tonkin goes up, gets it down. Bays come out. Tyson Neal gets it. Drives forward. Advantage given. Goes over, and that's a defensive mark there to Langhorne's Creek in the back lines, which goes to Ben Arben. Ben Arben goes out, goes wide, misses his player, and he's tossed it away, and it'll come over. Andrew Fife for Encounter Bay will be the recipient of the kick. Langhorne's Creek quickly flood the backside there as it goes in. And it comes out here to Nick Marshall. Nick Marshall kicked that first goal, Kevy, and he's lining up now. He hasn't kicked one since, has he? So he's lining up now again. We'll just see what that wind does now. It seemed to be mostly attacking out there through the Creek's last quarter. And he drives it. Looks like it's going to be short and it's going to be wide for a minor score. So Nick Tarker puts it on the scoreboard, and Counter Bay go to 5 goals, 6 to Langhorne's Creek, 8-11 on the FPH scoreboard. Quickly brought back in here by Langhorne's Creek and goes to Dominish. Dominish, I've never seen so much hair in the last few years. It was pretty short. Comes out here. Creeks get it out. Over there goes by Warren. Comes back out. Pettit's all bandied up. Turns around, goes over the Creek. Can't get away with it. Comes back down to there. Turns around. He's held on to Gamble. Turns around. He gets they were paid. Must be the last quarter, and the whistle goes away as the wrap up goes around here, and Davis wraps the Creek player up, and it's in their forward flank. Surprised AFL do the same. Put the whistle away in the last quarter. Turn around, the handball goes up. Handball comes out by the Creeks, goes over. Picked up beautifully there by Counter Bay. Then Davis got laid down. Comes over to McInerney. McInerney puts it all up. He kicks it out.
And he hit the tree.
And he turned the net too, and goes back, and it'll be a free kick to Langhorne's Creek in the back pocket. And we've lost ourselves here. We turn around, goes on, so it must have been a freeze up, so we'll keep broadcasting. Langhorne's Creek bring it out from the back lines, turns around, goes over again, picks all up, drives out onto the wing, up it goes. Good mark going backwards there by Encounter Bay, and that one there goes around to Tom Pearsons, who's moved up. Goes around, he drives there, ball now, back at the forward lines, goes up, and that's Langhorne's Creek in front, but the ball comes down to turf and gets picked up onto it. So turns around, goes onto it, picks up. The umpire comes in for a ball up on that forward flank.
We're right.
Back here now. Had a bit of a hiccup, folks. We apologise onto that, but yeah, equipment goes back up, Encounter Bay gets the tap out, goes forward, goes right in the forward line, goes up. Allen can't get to it, comes overran by the Bays. Allen over the shoulder, goes up and down. This looks pretty good. Big Ruckman, they are flexible and they can do anything. Goes over, even their goal umpire's got a big smile on his face. And Matthew Allen gets the first score for the quarter for Encounter Bay. They needed that. They go to 6 goals, 6 on the FPA scoreboard. Langhorne Creek 8-11.
Thank God for Ruckman, Trevor.
Oh, I've always said you always have to talk about the Ruckman.
Whether good or bad.
That's not bad going by. What is he? Must be what, 6'5", 6'6".
He's a big lad.
He's a big lad. And he's kicked it over his head, mind you.
Yeah.
Anyone else's leg would be lying on the ground coming out of the joint, but.
Anyway, the ball's back in the centre now with the central umpire.
Yeah, put him in a ruck now. He's doing everything.
Encounter Bay almost kicked themselves back. They get another quick one. They're right back in business here, but up's gone up. Kenya now belts the ball down to the forward line, and the mark's been taken down there by Continuary. Continuary's got it for the Creeks. That's a long kick into the forward line, and that was almost a mark taken in by the big fella for Encounter Bay in Lockie Williams.
Good grab by the Bay. Stretched a mile out there. Kick
goes up again.
Yep.
And
keep your feet, Davis.
Down.
We've got the run though with Gamble. Oh, he got it high. Oh, then he wraps him around the face. That's be 25. That was silly by the big number 20 then in. So who was that for Langhorne Creek in Ben Arbon? That was ridiculous. It gives him an absolute clean shot at goal here now. Corey
don't know what he hoped to gain out of that.
Oh, it was just silly. I think he actually tried to apologise, but
well, you reckon he apologised?
It is height. It was just shouldering into the head. Guess what? Let him off. That is poor.
So that's Corey Gamble. Put the ball straight through the points.
6-7 to Encounter Bay now to 8-11 Langhorne Creek on the FPA scoreboard, Ken.
Yeah, giving away easy shots.
That is a terrible miss.
I mean, the ball went straight, dead straight.
Oh.
So, but it went straight out of bounds.
That deflates your teammates, that one.
Anyway, Creeks kicked the ball back in again, over that far side of the ground. And Tarka gets it back into the forward area again. Was it touch?
Touched, the umpire's signal touched off the boot.
Did he?
Yes, no, straight away. As soon as the ball was kicked off of Tarka's boot, he had his hands up to play on.
Anyway, Creeks marked it, so it's marked in the back line. So now the ball comes out loose again, and they paid a free kick, have they, there?
Nah.
Thought they might have, because he tried to kick it and missed it.
Yeah.
Anyway, the umpire will come in and throw the ball up again. Up it goes. Here's a chance for Encounter Bay. They've got to get the ball out here and put a bit of pressure on Langhorne Creek.
Lip it again.
Put some life back into the game. Although there's not a thrashing like it was sort of tipped by a lot of people to be. Umpire throws it up again. Up it goes. Down it comes. Here's a chance for the Creeks to stop it, and it's just like a rugby scrum there.
A lot of holding going on here by both sides.
Everyone's just holding it up, making sure
they're grabbing each other's arms and knowing they've got the ball. So
umpire tosses it up again. Up it goes. The ruckman goes up, just tries to build it. Big fella had hold of it there, and it's gone down.
The ball's left again. As I said, first 3 quarters, a lot of them were free kicks.
Not now. Coming near the end of the game, Trev. Umpire throws the ball up again. Ball's in the goal square, just about down there, and they dive on top of it. And this could go on for the rest of the match.
Creeks are on top of the Creeks. That's how desperate they are.
Yeah. And anyway, the umpire will come in, throw it up again. You must be sick of this. Up it goes once again. Encounter Bay knocked it down.
Ruckman, go again.
He got hold of it.
Too many little
fellas. Took 2 to get him down.
Too many little fellas around his ankles.
There's too many there for him to get away with it. Umpire throws it up again. Up it goes. And the big fella goes up again, knocks it, and then the Creeks have got all their players on the goal line down there, so it can't get through.
It hasn't moved for 5 minutes, has it?
No.
It is desperate by everyone there.
How long's it got to go now? About another 23 minutes like this to see what happens. Umpire puts it up. There's a quick kick out of the pack down there now, and the Creeks have got this one, and the marker's gone to Howe. Caleb Howe. No, it wasn't Caleb Howe, that one. It was,
19, I reckon.
could have been.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
No.
Anyway, Fraser Tonkin gets the ball from Encounter Bay, goes back into Crispin. Crispin turns around, he gets up there, that's gone deep in the pocket. Player looked out onto it, touched it, goes over there, comes back in. Handballs back to the Creeks, goes over there quickly over there to Keens. Keens goes forward, comes to Continuary. Continuary will run, and he ran. Turn around, puts it out wide, goes over his head of his player there. That one there is Jed Rothy. Rothy kicks the ball up for the Creeks, goes up there. Up wide is Pearsons. Pearsons gets his hand to it and goes over there. That almost come off the back of the boot there. Umpire's right there. He turns around and comes in and he says, yep, comes off the back of the boot and over the boundary line on the full. Unlucky for the Creeks, but as I said,
They got it right, obviously.
Well, yeah,
No
well,
one's argued
the
about
boundary umpire was standing there. So,
Yeah.
as I said, it was just a matter whether it did. It looked it from here, but kick goes away. And
Lockie
comes
Williams
over.
again, I think, kicked it down to the
it goes into Clifford.
Clifford.
For the Creeks, backs it out. He's on the back flank. The Bays have got it there, but they've got to hurt him by getting on the scoreboard. Goes up now to the wing. Up they goes, turns around, goes up. Williams can't get it out, smacked out the hand, goes over to Tonkin. He gets it all out, comes over there and he gets on Talk, and Talk for Creek grabs it on the forward flank, comes back into the centre, goes over, turns around, just gets to it, and that's Warren. Warren for the Creeks now. He's still at centre half, well, just forward of the wing. He goes out wide, puts it out wider onto it, goes over. Comes over, misses out on a handballs back through. Tonkin goes back over it, comes over, goes straight over to the Creeks. They handball in the pocket. Continuary steps around, goes on, drives this ball. Umpires look like he's happy with it. He comes back in there. Ball to be coming back. I reckon it's gone right over in the back there.
Might have gone over in the river.
Yeah, well, it's probably still water in there too, Kevin,
Yeah, I
because
reckon
it hasn't
there is.
dried out that
No.
much, and I reckon they'll call for another football. Although, oh no, he's got it. Yeah, someone went out there, or the boundary umpire did, and they picked it all up. So
You see if he's wringing wet, because there's plenty of water in those ponds out the back there.
yeah,
Looks like he is a bit wet, isn't it?
well, he's shaking his head now. He might have actually gone over.
He might have dived in.
The
for it.
football might have saved his life by floating him around back to the shore.
Anyway, the umpires got the ball now and back in the centre after that goal. Goes and picks it up, down it goes. Get on the ground. I think you might find that this is the start of the floodgates opening here, I would think. And
Over the back to
Pearson's grabbed hold of it down there in the last line of defence. He's got it over there to his teammate. Kicks it further down the ground. Kicks it out here to Tyson. Tyson had a chance then to probably do something with it. Couldn't. He doesn't normally let these balls get away from him when he's on top like that. He's on the bottom of the pack.
No, he's not.
No,
Number two's on the bottom.
Number two's on the bottom of the pack.
For the Bays.
That's where he's been most of the time. Umpire tosses the ball up again. Down it goes. Number two got that one, and that is Marcus Lippert. And down it goes, ground it goes, and he couldn't play that as a mark because it bounced off of somebody else to get there.
Two different players, I think. So, yeah.
And the umpire will come in and throw it up.
Greek player's done a bit of a tweak of the knee there.
He might have too. That's
Number
number
19.
19. Who's that?
Scott Tonkin.
Yeah. Anyway, from the throw up now, the ball comes down. Here's a chance now for the Creek player.
And they've
they played a hole in the ball.
They found the whistle.
Well, that was
Oh,
probably...
that's our mate Nick, that's why. Good umpire. And look, he
that
wasted him
that
again.
was probably the least likely that was going to be paid before that. But anyway, Creeks have got it now, just loping along that far side. Players bounced at once, but he ran about 30 metres, and the umpire lets him play on over there. And there's a mark being taken by the Creeks, and he says, hurry up, play on. And that's exactly what he does. He plays on, and the ball goes through their hands over that far side. Out it comes in from Encounter Bay to Jaden Christophers, and he tries to find a teammate over there, and I don't think he's going to find him at the moment. And the umpire will come in again and throw it up. In fact, it looks like the two Encounter Bay teams playing out there because they played a couple of games in yellow jumpers this year, haven't they?
Oh, have they? Oh, yeah, Bays have, yeah.
So it's anyway. It looks rather like the yellow jumpers they use as a clash jumper, but anyway, that's not happening today. They've got their normal jumpers on, and the umpire will come in and throw it up again. Up it goes. Long way away from where we are, under that big tree over that far side of the ground. Coming in there, the ball has tried to be picked up by the Bays. Can't happen. Christopher's again.
It's just Creeks has got that way they can just hold the ball up. We've got ourselves 13 minutes gone. So,
yeah, well, there's 22 points in the difference at the moment.
So won't make any difference. The ball comes up, goes up. Creek comes down there, and Lippert gets the tackle in and gets another ball.
He'll be tired tonight.
Oh, he always would be, wouldn't he? Never known him not to be. Kobe Hellier gets up for the Creeks, turns around, goes out. Umpire puts it all up, turn around, was just body pushing then. They turn around, they just push the player underneath it. Fraser Tonkin gets up, can't get to it, gets wrapped up, now it comes out, turn around, quicked up, the ball was knocked out and the tackle goes around, picked up there, and the umpire comes in and will repeat the throw-up. Still on that forward flank for Encounter Bay, they need to make an inroad now. I think it's pretty safe, but to make a bit of scare up, goes up, Tonkin gets it, comes it out, comes around there, to Lippert. Lippert goes over, the Bays drop it, can't get out, gets a handball out there by Brown. Brown gets away. Out comes the Creeks again, comes over to Tyson Neal, puts it over to Pettit. Pettit puts the ball up, goes into the pocket, touched by Langhorne's Creek, so it'll be a ball up in the forward pocket for Encounter Bay. Club room side, it goes up. We've got 15 minutes gone here. And turn around, there's not much inroads being done.
Well, there's not much scoring, so there probably won't be too much time on either.
Nah.
Umpire throws the ball in, it goes down in the Encounter Base, deep in their forward line. And again, most of the players are down there, and it's going to go through the same old thing that's been happening before. The umpire will just get it, they'll fall on top of it again, and it's not really going to happen. The kicker hadn't gone very far, though. And Crispin had done well, come through. Didn't regard much for himself, but I think he probably hasn't done himself too many favours here. The ball might, oh no, the Encounter Bay might be able to hold the ball here. They do. Up in the air it goes, down in the forward line, and look out, the Hordes come out there to try and stop the ball coming down the ground. And this could be one out. Oh, Crispin got too far under it. Ball went straight through his fingers. Picked up out by the Creeks, and the Creeks had got a free passage just about down the clubroom side, and the free kick has been paid out there to Jake and Dominish. He just plays on quickly with the ball, and they're out there by them 7 now. Clifford. This could be another goal coming up. Clifford went out there, he kicked the ball down, and follow up down there from Kobe Hellier has seen the ball right in their forward line, and this is, oh, he's hit the post, hit the goal post, so it's a point only out there to the Creeks. They go to 9 goal 12, and Encounter Bay stay on 6 goals 7 on our FP Ag scoreboard.
Certainly is. Bays with the ball to come back in. 16 minutes gone. Comes out to the wing. Up they go. Too far. Got the hand into it, the Creeks. Turned around, kicks over there. Short kicks. And he finds himself out there in Brody O'Day.
Brody O'Day, yep.
So O'Day gets the ball up. He's kicked 1 goal in the first quarter. He passes it off, goes out wide, and finds his player out there.
Why would you leave it?
Kobe Hellier.
In fact, there was 2 of them almost out there by themselves.
No, Bays tossed it in there. Yeah. They've dropped their shoulders, dropped everything. They can't win, go around to it, so they're just slackening off. Think the bloke's going to have the shot. He was within range. And that's what happens. Just
stand there and watch him. Instead of that, he had the ball kicked to him.
Mind you, they're giving Hellier a heck of a long time to have his kick.
Well, it doesn't matter. That means that the scores are going to be less.
Oh, yeah, I know, but you still should only got 30
he's
seconds.
Got a mile back. You should have called him play on as he was walking back, because he took a long time.
And he's probably got his just rewards on that one. He's come back. The umpire's come back. He looked like he was going to signal there.
It's the same location with Mary and her Victor Harbour team, but the name has changed. Beachside Bedding, next to Hebra Pharmacy, is your local sleep specialist, featuring SA-made bedding from Sealy, Sleep Haven and Adriatic Slumber. Beachside Bedding also features a beautiful range of locally made Florio furniture. Same location, new name, now even more competitive than ever on price. Beachside Bedding with free delivery and old mattress removal. Open Monday to Saturday at 295 Port Elliot Road, Hebra.
Yeah, their new club room extension's done.
Ball back in the centre for the central umpire. Up it goes. In go the ruckman again. Down it goes. Here's a chance out there. I think there might be Pettit that's got the bandage around his head. It is. He bounces at once. Goes down the ground with the kick. And the forwards are playing from behind. I think that's half the trouble when they kick it in. That the forwards are hanging around down there in the forward area and hoping the ball just goes over the back of the pack. Here's a chance. This could be a goal.
Gamble.
Gamble. I reckon
Guess
he's
what?
got it.
He's got it. He misses the one directly in front and gets a snap.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And if he tried to do that another 5 times, he'd probably miss 4 of them.
Victor Tyre Power are your local one-stop shop for all tyres, wheels and batteries. Tyre Power are Australia's biggest independent tyre retailer, which means you get the power of a big range of the big brands, expert advice and lower prices.
Get the power of a local owner and operator.
Get the power of great service that keeps you coming back.
Get the power. Victor Tyre Power, 170A Hindmarsh Road, Victor Harbour.
It all their way, but yeah.
There's a
the
couple.
Bays have just struggled.
But it's still 22 shots to 14,
Yeah.
isn't it? So it's a lot more kicks at goal.
So up the centre it goes, they go up. Williams gets it this time. Tyson Neal gets it. He gets held onto. Didn't have the ball. And now the whistle comes up and there's Tyson limping.
I think Tyson's going to be
yeah.
lucky to kick this.
Yep.
His
He'll
knee's
handball
gone,
it back out to him. Yep, see there it goes. You won't go back to him, he's injured. So it goes off the Bays now. Get another kick away. Off she goes up in the forward lines. Up bound. Davis can't get to it. Comes off to Tarker. Jake Tarker. He goes over. Handball. The ball comes up. The Creeks get it. He goes down underneath. He got held on too long and he had the ball. So work that one out. Anyway, from the full back positions, the Creeks get it. Goes in just over the head of Allen. He gets to play on. The umpire's seen it and said, play on. Comes out the clubroom side and finds Dominish. Dominish will wait. He's got Blackwell on the inside. He'll turn around and wait for him. And here he goes now. Drives it up the clubroom side. Up they go. Turns around. Goes over the back. Continuary gets it. He slips over. Goes back to Dominish. Turns around. Puts it all up. Up on the ground now. Goes over and on the chest there of Encounter Bay in Lachlan Williams. Lachlan Williams drives this ball out. Goes deep. And look at that. Straight to the opposition
There's
again.
no one there,
Darcy
though.
Clifford. It wasn't even close to his player. Cleared his head by 20 metres and the two Creek players come in. Ball goes in. Crispin puts a bit of pressure on. Goes out quickly out through there in Brodie O'Day. He turns around. He goes out over further to Ben Arbin. Arbin goes out. Finds his player out quickly out there in Jed Rothy. Rothy handballs out. Goes over to his player running past there in Jackson Humphreys. He goes off. Picked up there quickly there by Kobe Hellier. He goes off and marked on the defensive line there by Encounter Bay. He drives out, goes up there, and that's a good mark out there to Callum Tonkin. He goes off, goes over to Gamble. Gamble goes over, finds his player up on the forward flank there in Blake Bailey.
It's hard to say, isn't it?
It is. So Bailey gets the ball, goes off, and guess what? Kicks it into the arms of the defender running backwards, so he didn't even make half the distance to his player. Boy, oh boy, you've seen these guys up. One goes up out there, picks up here by Encounter Bay, comes over, they find Gould. Gould on the back flank though, and there's just stagnant movement. There's nothing going on. He goes in and finds Pettit. Pettit's tried his heart out. He turns around, drives up to full forward. And look at this, straight out. Now, Langhorne's Creek here are laughing here.
There was 4 players from Langhorne Creek standing there.
Yeah, and 2 defensive players, and the play's kicking the middle straight to them. So out they come out there, goes over, Gamble, misses it all up, turns around. Christophers can't get to it. They wrap up the Creek player, and they'll get a ball up on the wing clubroom side. So we've got 22 minutes.
Gone, isn't it?
22 minutes gone. So, yeah.
I'll make it 24.
Well, 4:15 I had it going up, but yeah, so it goes up, out they come. Williams takes it out, comes out, Pettit's on the run. He goes up, tries to get it out onto it. Creeks come out to it, goes over. Oh, were they quick hands. They turn more like a scoop than a handball. Comes up out here and Pearson's is limping too. He goes off, crampy a bit I think, as they come back in. And the bloke running on, he's limping too. Goes up. Fraser Tonkin gets it. He's turned around. You must have a hand onto there. And
he rubbed.
Don't tell me.
His hand
don't. Okay, that's enough of that. Anyhow, it goes over there quickly over to Warren. Warren gets the kick, hits his player on the chest. He comes out. So he turns around. Caleb Howell now with the ball in his hands. He's kicked one in the first, one in the second, and he turns around and he's going for his third. Directly in front, 30 metres out. Just no problems with this one. He'll take his time on it too. No rush. In he comes now. Just walks in, couple of paces, drops the ball, drives over. The umpire's moving, but it looks all right. It goes back into the centre, signals the goal.
They can pack their jumpers up and go and help with the building next week instead of worrying about playing again. Anyway, the ball now thrown up again in the centre. Up it goes. Lockie Williams goes in, tries to get the ball out. Had it dispossessed of it, and the Creeks kick it back down into their forward line. And the mark has been taken down there by Tauk. Is it Tauk or Talk? And he can have a shot from here, but he won't get it. Kicks it in and it comes in short out there. And there's the player there, too tall. Puts his hands up, takes the mark, and that's Kobe Hilliard. Had a few games for South early, a few years ago. Then decided to give it away and come back and play for Langhorne Creek.
Yeah,
I think he played 2 premierships in a row, I reckon.
His dad was a good player from the island.
Was he?
Yes, yeah, very, very, very handy player, and obviously his son picked up with the genes from the Follets. Well, he's got it going for him. That looks good enough for there. There's another one there too.
It's the same location with Mary and her Victor Harbour team, but the name has changed. Beachside Bedding, next to Hebra Pharmacy, is your local sleep specialist, featuring SA-made bedding from Sealy, Sleep Haven and Adriatic Slumber. Beachside Bedding also features a beautiful range of locally made Florio furniture. Same location, new name, now even more competitive than ever on price. Beachside Bedding with free delivery and old mattress removal. Open Monday to Saturday at 295 Port Elliot Road, Hebra.
Back with the umpire. We need Chooky in here to blow the siren.
Yeah, there's no brawling going on. Chook was frightened because his players might have got injured.
Yeah.
Back in the centre and up she goes. Williams has done all right in the ruck for a young lad, getting up in height. He gets out and he drives the ball
back
forward to the bays. So he goes right forward, goes out there. The big ruckman lumbers along there, Alan. There's no way he was going to get to the ball on that.
If he got to it, he wouldn't have been able to stop and turn, would he?
No, he kicks it over his head though. So it's a ball in right in the deep in the pocket for Encounter Bay on the clubroom side. Up she goes, turns around, goes up, ruckman goes up, comes back down. Tom gets it all out. Alan gets it, but he drops it, goes down the bottom. He ticks the ball up, and the Creeks just wrap it up. Not interested in doing anything more, and they get away with it. Still in that forward pocket. Up they go. Can't go up. Tonkin goes up. Can't get it out. Out they come. Turn around. Clifford come out for it. Can't get to it. Picks it all up. Handball goes out over to Tyson Neal. Tyson Neal swings around, and Tyson Neal gets his first goal. Encounter Bay get a...
Victor Tyre Power are your local one-stop shop for all tyres, wheels and batteries. Tyre Power are Australia's biggest independent tyre retailer, which means you get the power of a big range of the big brands, expert advice and lower prices.
Get the power of a local owner and operator.
Get the power of great service that keeps you coming back.
Get the power. Victor Tyre Power, 170A Hindmarsh Road, Victor Harbour.
Umpire's got the ball now, and this will probably be the last throw up in the centre of the ground, you would
you'd think so.
for the day.
Yeah, it's nearly.
Unless the timekeepers have gone to sleep there and just let it go on. Anyway, the umpire's throwing it up. Up they go. Out of the pack it comes, and Counter Bay got it. Lippert gets it, kicks it right down to that forward line again, and
Nice
the mark
hands
was
that were
taken,
he played it. Looked like he might have been playing the back, so yeah.
Yeah, it looked like it, didn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, the Creeks have got the ball now to go on with it, and that's a good finger tipper taken down there
McInerney.
by McInerney. McInerney kicks it in, and it's
Davis.
taken now by Davis. And could Davis put this ball down there and right into the forward line?
Well, he won unless he kicks it out.
He knows what to do. I think he could have gone over the back of the pack. And
There
there
she
she goes. It did go over the back of the pack. It wouldn't have counted anyway. And it's a final siren there with the scores in Counter Bay.
8-7.
8-7 to
12-12.
12. So that's 84 points. To 48 to 55.
Yep, that's on their FBA scoreboard.
31 point win.
Goal kickers for Langhorne's Creek. Malachi Continuary with 2, Jake Dominish with 1, David Warren with 1, Joshua Torque with 1, Kobe Hellier with 2, Caleb Howe 3, Brody O'Day 1, Alexander Cleggett 1, and for Encounter Bay, all singles. They turn around to Jake Tarker, Nicholas Marshall, Tyson Neal, Corey Gamble, Jaden Christophers, Patrick McInerney, Matthew Allen and Ben Davis.
Well, that's 8 goal kickers for 8 goals, and just shows you there's no forwards there, is there?
Yep, no, they just said, and didn't use the ball properly. So, Encounter Bay bow out of here. Langhorne's Creek goes through to next Sunday, which is also another knockout. And they'll play Maiponga Selix, and that will be at Langhorne's Creek. And the earlier winners today in Junior Colts, Kevy, what did you write down onto there? You got down, we had...
I've got something here.
Yeah, you had written something down.
Not too sure what I've written down.
I'm just trying to think. Just the program there, and we'll get it out there. So we'll let you know, because the players, the teams that went out today are finished.
I think that was Galway, I reckon.
Over there, so yeah. So elimination final here. We got up one more Creek. Was Victor Harbour Encounter Bay. Victor Harbour won that one, so Victor Harbour go through to Sunday Encounter Bay wrap up. Wollonga defeated Goolwa Port Elliot in the senior Colts, so Goolwa Port Elliot's finished, Wollonga go on. And McLaren got up over Langhorne's Creek in the reserves, so that puts them through, and the Creeks miss out in their B grade. And of course here, Langhorne's Creek now in Encounter Bay with having their rest now, they're going through. So that's all for today. We hope you've enjoyed it. Catch us next week where we come from the Victor Harbour Oval on Saturday. This is 90.1 Happy FM. It's Great Southern Footy on air and YouTube.
This has been a presentation from Victor Harbour's 90.1 Happy FM.